All right, yo. All right, peace and black power, y'all. Nah, nah, we out. We out. I'm already started over there. All right, yo. Y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, my man Zion, what up, bro? You see how I kicked the Hebrews' butt over there just now? They sleeping on me, brother. They sleeping on me, Zion Ward Child. You already know. They sleeping on me over there. They know they better get their shit together messing with me. They better get it together, War Child. You know yo, I caught y'all right out there. I see Apostle was right when he said, no, they never received the law. So I had to cut him off quick because he was getting ready to help Yara. And so I knew I would catch Yara. I knew it. Yo, they never received the law. The law was not for them. The law was not for the Africans and the Gentiles and the Chinese people. They were only for Israel. That's why Israel was paying the price. That's why Israel was always being punished by Yahweh, right? So come on, man. Yo, Dr. Enqi, man, what's happening with you, bro? Are you ready for this onslaught?
You already know.
And I bet you didn't call Jabari. I guarantee you didn't.
I didn't.
Hey, man.
You got to bring me on to the. Am I on?
Yeah, you on.
Oh, I didn't know I was on. No, he didn't tell me to call him. He said that number.
He gave you his number, bro.
No, that you wasn't listening, Sa. He said he was busy doing a whole bunch of stuff for me to text him, and then he'll call me back when he's ready.
Did you text him?
Absolutely, immediately.
Okay, good. So where we at, man? What we doing here, brother? What we doing today? The day before yesterday, Unc went on a rampage. He went at Suntan, Apostle, and your followers, and Jay. So what's up, man? What are you gonna do about this, man?
Sa, you know, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because the Adjustment Bureau, we make Negroes adjust. So, you know, I got to come up here and adjust Unc. You know what I'm saying? I got to address the foolishness. He said I was scamming and fake doctor, and you know, I got to get it. I got to challenge my education and all kind of stuff. So I got to.
Hey, be careful. Cedric is watching. He's in the chat, brother.
Yo, stop. Yo, you funny. Yo, hey, yo, after all these years, man, y'all got to appreciate Sa, bro. He is searching with it, man. He knows.
You remind me of Mace when you be laughing, man. Mace is funny. Him and Cam is the funniest people I be watching, man. It's funny as hell.
Yo, oh my God, yo. Sa is a master at work, man. He know how to start trouble. He is a provocateur. Talking about Cedric is watching.
No, he is. He's in the chat.
Yeah, but what that mean? Like, what does that mean?
It means don't slip up, brother. That's all I'm saying. Don't slip up. Mean what you say what you mean, and cross all the T's, dot all the I's, because they waiting on you to mess up. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. The drunken master could be laying on the steps drunk, and then the young challengers, the young fighters can come up and then he gonna get up, whoop them, and lay back down on the steps and finish drinking like he been doing. Like there's no level of off point that Cedric could catch me off. Like Cedric is not sharp enough. He got to go back and study some more. You know what I'm saying? Cedric has spent too much time. You know what's funny about Cedric? I'll say this positively about Cedric. If Cedric got a different circle of people to be around, Cedric could be a lot sharper. But Cedric is happy being the lone, like being the big fish in a small pond. So because the people over there where he at, they don't know anything. The little bit that he knows makes him feel more important and sharper than he really is. He need to get around some other folks that can challenge him all the time, that he can learn from, and he'll be better. But yeah, we gotta start this. We gotta start this madness. I mean, I thought that Unc would have learned after he seen what Reggie got for calling my name out.
Yeah, that was brutal there, bro.
But now Unc done called my name, and so I got to get with Unc. My famous line. So I gotta say my favorite line. You know my line. The people starting to learn my line now. You know what my line is, Si?
What is it?
Hit the share screen. Let's go on ahead and hit the share screen.
The screen is
so, do you remember Unc saying that he wasn't an expert? Unc plays these mind games with people. Unc plays a lot of mind games with people. And what happens is Unc likes to present himself as an expert when it's convenient. He likes to present himself like an expert when it's convenient. But when Unc is getting the brakes beat off of him, he automatically retreats into this mind game. And so I thought about it. I said to myself, you know what? I tell people that I have an education to be a naturopathic doctor, a certification. And so people challenge it, but it is what it is. So I say to myself, what is Unc? What is Unc? Like, what is Unc? What is his qualification? What is Unc's scholarship? Like, what is his area of expertise? And so that got me to thinking, and I think that's going to be the theme of today's presentation because Suntan brought it out. Suntan said, Unc, what is your pay? What are you qualified? How are you certified? And, Unc was like, oh, well, I'm not certified to be anything. I'm not an expert and blah, 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 blah. And then, what's funny just now on the video on the way out, we get this.
Black Power, y'all. Whoa, sir. You forgot. I just wanted somebody, hold on. Somebody in the chat was like, you ain't produced.
Yeah. No commentary from Cedric. No commentary from Unc. They're not a part of this video. They can hang out in the chat or they can hang out at the house. They can go get some drinks, put it on ice. They just got to let this is just going to happen. That's all that's going. This is just a thing that's going to happen to you guys. That's all. This is a phenomenon. This is a phenomenon that will happen to you. That's all. It ain't nothing you can do, champ.
So I just wanted to let everybody know. I'm telling them real quick. I'm published, bitch. Let them know. Yeah, I bought your book too. I ain't even talking about my book. I'm saying this right here. I'm published in a journal.
Yeah, that's a fact.
All right. It's called Proposing. Hold on, man. It's called Proposing.
So I grabbed this from the very last video that you just did a few minutes ago because it highlights this mind game of manipulation that Unc is constantly playing. Unc is constantly playing the game of a master manipulator. I'm an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm on science. No, I'm with the ancestors. I'm with Kemet. My name is Unc. No, I'm a God killer. It's a constant game of manipulation and a skillful way of trying to mess with the psychology of the people. And so we have to be able to walk this thing down to really, really track this thing here. We got to really be tracking this thing and get down to the get down. Now, I also bring this here because I wanted this to be an example of when people are not well studied in a specific area, right? When people are not well studied in a specific area, credentials and institutions can fool you. Credentials and institutions can fool you. So this right here This right here is a wall. This is a display at the Smithsonian, right? The Smithsonian is a very reputable.
I gotta say this real quick.
Yes, sir.
You know, now in all fairness, Unc never claimed to be an expert in anything. Dr. Enqi.
Stop. Just go ahead and check the Knicks game. Listen, check the Knicks game.
Do what you do. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go check the Knicks scores. Go listen. There's no Christian apologetics there's no pseudo apologetics happening up here.
Yeah, you got it.
Community of skeptics apologetics. This is just gonna happen. This is a phenomenon that's gonna happen to Unc. Unc, look at that. Your man Sodom tried to put he trying to put a little something. He trying to help you. It's better. Don't start calling and texting sa.neter, man. Stop calling and texting sa.neter. Do not call and text sa.neter throughout the course of this video. Go ahead. Yes, sir, Santan.
I'm being honest as possible.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. We get sort of like they don't do something when we talking like after or something.
No, you good.
I'm not hearing that. Let me see.
It might be your speaker.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, man. When you were debate, right? He was putting out his facts, right? Which was factual about the debate. But here's the thing. Whatever you were saying, he wasn't combating, man. That's what the debate was about. So he waited to after the debate to say what you did, what you wasn't doing. So that's why I gave that debate because you put it out there, and he didn't. You know, he didn't judge it. Ain't a debate give him into your answers and everything like that.
Wait, I'm starting to hear it now. You do have a echo. Do you have a other screen open? Like, click it out, close out the other screen. Do you have like another house of consciousness?
Only thing I got is hold on, I'm gonna do this. Hold on.
Because you might have the old house of consciousness on YouTube open and the StreamYard. Close the YouTube out.
Okay, that better. No,
sound like it. Yeah, it sound better.
It's doing that it's doing that in the stream. I'm in StreamYard. Right.
Yeah. I don't hear it now. You good? I think.
I can hear that. Anyway, he didn't beat because he didn't review none of it. Hey, Cyrus, what's that double thing out here? Don't you hear? It's like a echo. Do you hear it? Okay, I think it went away now. Yeah, it did. Okay, yeah, that was on Southpaw. Yeah, he wasn't disputing none of what you were saying till after the debate. So to a layman like me who not familiar with the subject matter, I'm just familiar with what the debate was about. I don't know whether your information was right or wrong unless I went and studied it, and he was supposed to be there debunking it, so I could go study it. And like I said, his information was right because listen, what I'm telling you is this, Enqi. What he was saying, I was able to go and look up because that's how I found out that pangenesis had nothing to do with Darwin's theory. You know, that's how I operate. I go by what's going on. And I looked that up on Google, and it said pangenesis has nothing to do with the Darwin's theory. So, but my whole point is this, man. If he want to, I mean, I can't tell him how to debate, but that's why I said I think that you won because your information seemed it more real. He wasn't debunking your information, so that's what made me think that you got it. And I'm think nothing against you. You my man. You already know that. I was writing in the chat in the backstage. I was like, man, I wish Enqi come on with the music and stay on these points he on. I wasn't really feeling the music. I was feeling your information because you able to talk to them on their level. whether they saying you lying or whether it is or not. You able to match up with them word for word verbatim when you talking in a high level conversation with Unc. You was right there with it. So, you know, I don't know what you two guys know.
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Now, if we in a debate, right? Me and Unc, I want you to just guess, just speculate. Why do you think that Unc was not debunking the things that I was saying?
Because he was too busy trying to stick right with his curriculum, with what he was teaching. He didn't want to get away from that. He was staying right there, which what he was saying was factual. See what I'm saying? So he wouldn't go over to you and debunk what you were saying, which makes a layman thinks that you is dogging him. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when he said something, you would go in on it.
Now, so see, now look, this is what I'm trying to show you. There's a reason that was happening. Because Unc is a manipulator. Unc is a manipulator. I was able to go in on his information because most of it was either incorrect or off topic. He was not able to address my information because of one reason. He knew before the debate even started that I was correct. This is why I had that video that I kept playing of Unc, where Unc says, this man just said Darwin couldn't explain evolution and he was right. So he already knew that. And I'm going to show you the manipulation, because this is what Unc is counting on. This is what Unc's certification, his education, his title. This is what Unc is really all about. And so what people do sometimes is they like to project, right? If they're scamming, they want to point the finger over there and say, that's the scammer. If their education is flawed, they want to say his education is flawed. Whatever the problem is with themselves that they're trying to hide, they would deflect off and point in another direction. So we're going to examine a few of these things today. We're going to examine these things in detail today. And I'm going to show you how masterful this manipulation is and why he's spending more time after the debate discussing me than he did during the debate. Because after the debate, it's not about the actual information. What he's trying to do is manipulate the people. He's trying to manipulate your mind, and he wants to make you think that your thinking process was wrong. He wants all the people that voted against him to believe that something's wrong with their thinking. See, that is a very specific thing. It's called gaslighting.
Right.
It's called, right. And so there's a very specific technique of gaslighting you use to psychologically manipulate people. And this is the thing that Unc is actually trying to do to the audience, but we're gonna review it. So let me go through these slides and we can talk as we go through the slides.
Right.
So here is a display from the Smithsonian. Right now, this is one of the things why I talk about. So what are you doing to people's microphones over there? You just muted my mic. Okay, I'm back unmuted. I'm back unmuted again, so it's good. But yeah, somebody messing with the microphone. Because when it mutes, it says on the top of the screen, host has muted you. Host has unmuted you. But so this is the Smithsonian, and I want to give an example of the reason why I push people to study, right? Scientific literacy does not come from accepting a dogma or accepting a particular view or ideology. Scientific literacy comes from learning to be able to examine things and challenge things on your own, not accepting things as they're presented to you, no matter who's presenting it. It's called critical thinking. Critical thinking is what gives a man freedom, the ability to think, observe, and decide for himself.
Well,
Not
that's what I am.
absolutely. And that's what we should be inspiring everybody to be. Everybody
That's
should
what I am. Sa.neter is a free.
Yo. Don't. This is gonna be.
Yeah, you echoing too.
No, Sa, that's you over there messing with the mics, brother.
Believe me. Enqi, is your thing you got up? The screen you sharing. When I put it on mute, the echo's gone. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me.
Oh. Okay, so it's my share screen. Okay, I got it. So when I'm going, I just got to go and then take it down, and then we could powwow.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. All right. So I'll go, and then periodically I'll stop suntan so we could chop it up.
Okay.
All right. So here's a display that's still on display right now in the Smithsonian Museum. Right. And when you look at this display, you see these things here. And these are common claims that Enqi and his team make. Enqi and his team swear by these things right here. That we are 98.8% genetically similar to chimpanzees. Right? We're 98% similar to gorillas, 97% to orangutans, and 93% to monkeys, and all of these different concepts that over the years has given them confidence to make the claims that they make. Right? Now, the free thinkers, the individual thinkers, such as myself, people that read, not just people that argue, because on the internet, there's a culture of people that just want to argue things because they just want to feel smart. They don't actually want to read for themselves. The readers, the people who study, the people who are into genetics, the people who keep abreast of the current information, we knew that this information was false for a long time. We knew this information was false for a long time because what happened was a part of that vestigial, a part of the concept of Darwin's, let me see, because I think I grabbed Enqi's slide on it, where Enqi was talking about, one of Darwin's predictions with the vestigial structures, right? A part of these vestigial structures in this conversation, Sa, you got to mute up because we can hear your game. We can hear the whistle blowing and all.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Come on.
Yeah, I watching college football. My bad. So is that better?
Okay. Yeah. So a part of these vestigial structures, right, is from where the conversation originated about junk DNA. So when DNA was originally explored, they unlocked the genetic code for about 2% of a human's DNA. The rest of the DNA, they didn't know what it did. They didn't know what the rest of the DNA did. So because they had this foundational concept left over from Darwin, whenever they came across a part inside the human body that they didn't know what it did, they just said it was leftover junk. So this DNA, we don't know what it does. It must be junk DNA. So for years, they taught people that 98% of your DNA was junk DNA. And 2%, the 2% of your DNA that creates all of your proteins, you got the 64 codons, right? These codons basically are triple codon code that produces all of the different protein structures in your body. Well, that only comes from about 2% of your DNA. And so when they ruled out 98% of your DNA as junk DNA, they examined that little tiny 2%, and they said that 2% is 99% identical to chimpanzees, gorillas, and blah, 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 blah.
Quick question. Who is what is the common ancestor? Because I do understand that they don't be saying we are part monkeys. They saying we have a common ancestor. Do you know, or do anybody know who is that common ancestor?
Okay, that's a lie right there, Santan.
Okay.
Listen, let me tell you. The story starts with the monkey. Okay, they want to run away from that now because it was debunked. See, this is this game that they play. I'm telling you, it's a game of manipulation. So what happens is they throw ideas against the wall. When the idea gets debunked, they grab another idea and they say, oh, no. I'm not debunked. I have refined my theory. Oh, no, I refined it. So we went from related to the monkeys and the apes to the great apes to the common ancestor. And the trick with the common ancestor is nobody knows who the common ancestor is.
Right. That's why I asked you just now.
There's no fossil of the common ancestor. There's no proof of a common ancestor. This is a theory that does not have tangible evidence. There's no tangible evidence. In fact, what we're looking at right here is some of the supporting evidence for the common ancestor. Some of the supporting evidence for the common ancestor is the genetic similarities between humans and primates.
I'm about to look it up too. Keep talking because I'm right with you.
But what I'm showing here is that, guess what? After all of these years, this has just changed. They just came out with new papers and said, oh, yeah, we was incorrect. After we find out what the junk DNA does, come to find out we're not as much as in common with the chimpanzees and the primates as we thought. So now that number has dropped from 99% the same to estimated around 80% the same, with the question mark at the end because they don't know how the other codes in the DNA are responsible for regulating protein expression now. So now that number has dropped from 98, 99% all the way down to 79% with a big question mark because they don't know. So the evidence that they was relying on has just changed drastically. And what I'm saying is this display at the Smithsonian is a part of the problem, because if you don't stay on top of this type of information, like if it's not a part of your everyday culture and lifestyle, and say, for instance, you go take your kids to the Smithsonian, or the kids go on a school trip to the Smithsonian right now, they're going to look at this information and they're going to see this information and think this is correct. But this is all incorrect information. None of this information that's on the Smithsonian is correct right now.
Hey, Enqi.
Yeah.
I'm looking right here. It says, all living humans are descendants from female ancestor called mitochond.
Mitochondria Eve.
Mitochondria Eve, and male ancestors known as Y chromosomal Adam.
Right.
So is that, and then it goes on to say they did not live in the same time. The last common ancestor with chimpanzees and baboons is the species of million years ago, which is now extinct and not fully known, with the split occurring between 5 and 7 million years ago. Oh, so you already knew that, huh?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
So that's why I'm saying there's incorrect information and then there's outdated information. And what I'm saying about a master manipulator will purposely try to scam the people by mixing outdated information with misinformation to get an emotional response out of the people. Like,
so what are they doing? Trying to be smart? What's the trickery for?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe sometime to get a few bucks. I don't know what the scam is for. Listen, we can fact check this.
Right.
This is something that could be fact checked.
Absolutely.
All people have to do is go to their smartphone, go to their Google and say, are humans, did new studies come out that changes the fact that humans are 99% the same as, matter of fact, here we got Sa paying attention. Let me hit my share screen and see what the search come up and say. Let's see what it
I don't know. Enqi, I don't understand why they don't think Sa is intelligent as he is. He done been around all sort of people, man, doing this job that he does. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to build him up and that, because Sa know who he is. But Sa, you know a lot of stuff, man. You've been around a lot of people, you know, with information.
What are you doing, son?
You know what I'm saying, Enqi? This guy been around a lot of people with a lot of information.
That's a fact. Over the years.
So if they think Sa, I don't know how they be trying to play. I don't know.
Listen, we're going to get to all of it today, Suntan. Trust me, I got time. We're going to get there. Listen, so I just typed it in and said, do humans have 99% the same DNA as chimpanzees? Now, mind you, that's what the Smithsonian Museum, right? The Smithsonian Museum display is still showing that right now. The Smithsonian Museum is still upholding misinformation like Unc. And so we getting ready to walk through this. So now here's what it says. Here's the question I asked. Do humans have 99% the same DNA as chimpanzees? It says no. The frequently cited figure of 99% DNA similarity between humans and chimpanzees is misleading. This is what Unc and Cedric be teaching. This is what Unc and Cedric be teaching. It literally uses the word misleading right here. Recent analyses show the similarity is closer to 98.8% for a simple nucleotide comparison. But a more comprehensive analysis that includes insertions, deletions, and other large scale puts the similarity at 95 to 96%. The 99% figure often arises from focusing only on specific regions like protein coding genes. Interesting. Why the 99% figure is misleading? Larger differences matter. The 2 to 5% difference between humans and chimpanzees represents tens of millions of genetic changes that have a profound impact on development and biology. Wow. Now let's go deeper. Does Project Encode say that humans
no?
Project Encode. Now, see, listen. Even the information that we just got from the Google search I just did is slightly outdated, right? So now I'm going to share with everybody, people who really do this, right? That pay attention to this. And I'm not trying to make myself seem bigger than I really am. It's just, this is something that I enjoy. It's not just something I do for a few dollars. It's also my passion, right? So I pay attention to different things. So in the same way as the government put up a whole bunch of money back in the early 50s to fund Watts and Crick, right? Watts and Crick to do a study and figure out the DNA. Fast forward to the 2000s, the government did it again. They put a bunch of money together and they created something called Project Encode, right? Project Encode was designed to basically figure out all of the different codes in the DNA, to figure out what's going on with the junk DNA, to really map out the DNA to another level, right? And so Project Encode, people can look up Project Encode. We're not gonna spend that much time on it, right? But Project Encode says no. The Encode project itself has not released definitive findings on the overall human-chimp DNA similarity, though some research has used Encode data to suggest a lower similarity percentage than the commonly cited 98 to 99% figure. Early genome comparisons found that when only comparing coding regions, remember that's what I said earlier, the protein coding regions, humans and chimpanzees share about 98 to 99% of their DNA sequence. But when accounting for insertions, deletions, and other differences, the overall similarity is lower, with some studies suggesting it could be around 85 or 70%, depending on the method used. That is a huge difference from 98 to 99%. That's a huge difference. So you see them now, they in the chat going crazy. They panicking. And this is the reason why whenever somebody presents information counter, Unc plays the telephone game and tries to round up as many of his buddies to get into the chat as possible. Because remember, these guys are manipulators. They don't want to build the education of people so that people can make their own decisions, so that people can use their own critical thinking, so that people can get better at critical thinking, better at recognizing patterns. They just want you to submit to whatever their line of thinking is, right? But I just gave everybody the freedom to begin to walk the other way, because people are now going to look up and go, wait a minute. Enqi said the DNA in the chimps is not 89, 99%. They're going to start to try to debunk me. When they try to debunk me, they're going to run into this information. When they look up Project Encode, absolutely. When they go look up Project Encode, they're going to go, oh man, this is a real thing. This is not a, this isn't the doctor with the gold teeth just making up. This is, oh, okay, yeah. So this is, oh wow, so 85% or 70. So wait a minute. All these years when we've been led to believe that it was really, now you got to start asking other questions. And if they were wrong about it being 99%, right? What else were they wrong about? If they were wrong about it being 99%, what else were they wrong about? Right? So this is the thing that we're going to constantly deal with today. This is the thing that we're going to constantly deal with today, the manipulation that Unc and his crew are on. And we're going to get to the origin of it. Sa, hit the share screen. We back to the presentation. Yeah, hit the share screen. Okay. So now that we fact checked the Smithsonian and we see the Smithsonian is giving out the wrong information, right? Now that we see that, we have to realize there's something going on with Unc.
What did the Kovacs lens have to do with biology?
Now,
about to run that back, bro.
Okay. I was ashamed of the entire platform when I watched Unc's video. I watched a few minutes of Unc's video. I was ashamed of the entire platform. I was ashamed of the entire platform. How is it that y'all allow Unc to come up here and ask y'all, what does a microscope have to do with biology? How How y'all let Unc ask y'all, what does a convex lens have to do with biology? How did y'all even let those words come out of his mouth? How did y'all even give agreeance to that? Did y'all realize y'all was being psychologically manipulated? I want y'all to understand this. Y'all was being systematically, psychologically manipulated. I want y'all to understand that. If somebody asks you, what does a convex lens have to do with biology? What does a microscope have to do with biology? What does sperm and fertility have to do with evolution? That person is manipulating you, literally. Remember, evolution is about how genetic information is passed from one generation to the next. It has everything to do with sperms and eggs, because sperms and eggs are the vehicle that traits are passed from one parent to the next. That is the most important conversation in evolution, which is the reason why it was my first round. Because I was talking about the one thing that Darwin did not know about, how information was passed from one generation to the next. And then I gave you the tool, the number one tool in all of science exploration, the microscope. That is how we study fertility. That is how we study sperm health. That is how we study cells. That is how we study biology. That is how we know if any biological theory is valid or not. The microscope is the number one tool in the history of biology.
Take a closer look.
Absolutely. So how is it that people allow Unc to come up here and say, what does a convex lens have to do with biology? How y'all got Enqi up there teaching about biology and we supposed to be talking about evolution? A convex lens don't got nothing to do with biology. We would not have a science called biology if it wasn't for the convex lens.
Right here with you.
What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology?
Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that.
With the science, your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn with the truth. Don't call me out for debate. Your info tangled, afraid to stay. I'm the goat with the science. Your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn when the truth gets too close. You sipping on fiction, overdose.
Sa.neter, make sure you mute your mic.
Taste like ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it. Our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it. I'll make my name. Take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it. Our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it. Our little secret. Double check that, I'm a walking fact check. You a glitch in the matrix, no specs. Flaws in your claim like cracks in the glass. I shatter the frame. You left in the past. Knowledge heavy, I carry it smooth. Luxury in the leg, watch how I move. I'll make my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all in my name. Take that ass when you speak it, when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all. Soft steps in the room, yet I quake the floor. Your whispers don't reach, they sink, ignore. All that shade won't dim my glow. I'm the source, let the rivers flow. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. when you speak it out, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it out, little secret.
He got money. I'm trying to follow his example. 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 Scientific theory of evolution. Now let's hear what this man has to say. Let's hear what the scammer has to say. Let's hear what this man, he'll do anything to cheat and rob. Here you go. We're gonna play it.
Okay, now let's continue. We got to get to this. What is Unc title and education? Unc spent his whole program about my title as a doctor and my education and how I can't be a real naturopathic doctor because real naturopathic doctors is teaching evolution Unc's way. And obviously, I can't have a real education because if I had a real education, I would be teaching evolution with, which Unc program is. So we're going to walk this down about Unc's title, Unc's education, and did Unc manipulate the debate audience? Did Unc actually scam the people? So we have to walk this down in a very meticulous type of fashion and ask these key questions. All theories are incomplete. There is no such thing as a correct or complete theory. When a theory is incorrect, it strengthens it. Now, all of these are statements that we heard from Unc and Cedric after they had collected folks' money. After Unc got paid, after Unc got the brakes beat off him, all of a sudden his story changed to saying that there is no such thing as a complete or correct scientific theory. No, there's no such thing as that. And if anybody says that there's an incomplete scientific theory, then they don't know what the scientific theory is. See, that's the evidence that we're getting ready to walk down of the master manipulation, which is literally Unc's education. So we have to ask these questions. Why did you set up a debate, Unc? Why did you set up a debate to prove Darwin had a complete theory if no such thing existed? If Unc knew before he set up the debate, because remember, he challenged me live for the debate. If he knew that there was no such thing as a complete theory, why would he challenge me to a debate to prove or disprove a thing that does not exist? See, that is where the master manipulation is at work. This is where the psychology and the scamming and the manipulation is at, right? That's a pseudo lie. Well, we're going to examine it, Unc. You see, I bring Unc with us so we could discuss with Unc. I bring Unc with us into the presentation so we could discuss these things with Unc. So there's going to be music, there's going to be breaks, but also there's going to be breaks where we beat the brakes off of Unc.
Don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave the best definition.
Yeah, but so
here we have Unc identifying himself as a rage baiter and a gaslighter. I want y'all to pay close attention to this. Unc has identified himself as a rage baiter and a gaslighter. So now Unc does say, oh, well, I never call myself a doctor. Unc, you're right. You never call yourself a doctor. but you do call yourself a rage baiter and a gaslighter. A rage baiter and a gaslighter. A rage baiter is somebody who manipulates people with misinformation. A gaslighter is somebody who psychologically manipulates people for their own ends. So now we have Enqi's titles. Enqi's title is a rage baiter and a gaslighter. That's not me using ad hominems. I want to make this clear. I'm not using ad hominems when I say that Enqi manipulated the people or is a manipulator. I'm using Enqi's own terminology. Enqi describes himself as a rage baiter and a gaslighter. Let's go to Enqi again. Enqi, what are your titles? See, Suntan, when you asked him the other day what gives him the ability, what's his credentials, education, he was saying it, but he was manipulative with it. But he said it right here. This is how we're going to examine this and break it down.
Don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Baiter. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave the best definition.
Yeah, but so don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Baiter. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave the best definition.
Yeah, but so
how to catch a thief. So now that we have Enqi as a self-described rage baiter and gaslighter for the sa.neter audience specifically, because remember, he's talking to sa.neter's audience and saying that he's a rage baiter and he's a gaslighter. So Enqi came to House of Consciousness to rage bait and to gaslight the audience. The very same audience that he got to pay for the debate. I want y'all to pay attention to that. He is admitting, he's calling himself, that's his title, rage baiter and gaslighter of the House of Consciousness. We have to pay close attention to this. So how do we catch a thief? Did Enqi know what a scientific theory was? Did he know that Darwin's was incomplete? If the answer to both of these questions is yes, then Enqi just scammed the audience. So now let's proceed. We're going to do this detective style. Did Enqi scam the audience? Right? Because Enqi said there's no such thing as a complete scientific theory. So the question we're asking is, well, why would you have people pay to see you try to prove that there is or is not a complete scientific theory if you knew from the beginning it didn't exist? That would be a scam, right? So now we're going to examine these two questions in detail. Now that we know we're dealing with a manipulator, not because I'm saying so, but because he said so. That's his titles that he prefers to be called. Bobby Rage Baiter, the gaslighter. Here is Enqi's slide. These are slides from the debate. These are Enqi's slides right here, where Enqi explains hypothesis versus theories versus laws. And this is why I was telling you earlier, Suntan, there's a very specific reason why Enqi could not rebuttal anything I was saying in the debate, because Enqi was in the middle of running a con. Watch this. Enqi's slide says the common misconception that hypotheses can progress to theories and then to laws is misleading. In scientific terms, hypotheses and theories serve different purposes. Hypotheses are specific predictions that can be tested, while theories are well-substantiated explanations supported by a body of evidence. Laws describe the behavior of natural phenomena, but do not evolve from hypotheses or theories in a hierarchy. This is also Enqi's slide. We're going to review several of Enqi's slides. Scientific theory. In scientific context, a theory is a well-substantiated explanation of some aspect of the natural world. Theories integrate facts, laws, inferences, and tested hypotheses, providing a comprehensive understanding of a particular phenomena. Now, all along, I've been stressing experimentation, testing, and falsifiability, because these are three things that are very crucial to an actual working scientific theory, a complete one, right? And we have to assume that since Enqi is saying to everybody that no one knows what a scientific theory is except him, that he knows what a scientific theory is. And that is a problem. So we're going to continue. Because his slides say he knew what a scientific theory was, we have to conclude yes to question number one. Remember, how to catch a thief. Question number one, 2 questions. Question number one, did Enqi know what a scientific theory was? We have to conclude the answer is yes, based on his slides. And now the second part of this is, did he know Darwin's was incomplete? Because if the answer to both questions is yes, that means he was scamming the entire time. Okay, so now let's look at Darwin's theory broken down into all of the parts of a scientific theory, right? So that we can understand what a scientific theory is in slow motion, like slow it down. Okay, so for the people looking, these are the 6 parts. These are the 6 main parts of a scientific theory. You have your observation, you have your patterns, regularities, you have your scientific mechanism, you have your hypotheses and predictions, then you have your testing, experiments, and falsifiability. Then you have your explanatory and predictive power coming out of your experiments and how they worked and how well they were able to validate your hypotheses and predictions. Now, if you do not have any of the pieces of this, that is what an incomplete scientific theory looks like. Because there are parts of a scientific theory, you have to have all of them to have a complete or working scientific theory. It's just like a car. There's a full, complete car. But if a car is missing an engine, it's still a car, but it is not a complete car and doesn't work until you put a working engine in it, right? So now we can look at closer detail of these parts. Observations. Darwin collected data on species, differences, fossils, and finch beaks. Problem. Most of these were anecdotal, limited, and correlative. There was no systematic experimental foundation. There was no systematic experimentation done on any of the things that Darwin did to come to his conclusions. This is why in my 3rd round, not only did I show the contemporary articles that go against Darwinism, but I showed, more importantly, all of the leading scientists from Darwin's time. I showed Darwin's geology teacher. I showed Darwin's partner, Alfred Wallace, who co-wrote the paper with him, say that Darwin was incorrect. I showed all of these things so that people could see the scientists of Darwin's time told Darwin all of these very same things that I'm outlining to you now. that since Enqi has spent the better part of 15 years studying Darwin, he has to know these things. And I'm going to show you and prove to you that he did know these things. And this is how we have evidence that Enqi was actually scamming, which is the reason why he keeps calling me a scammer. I didn't get paid from the debate. I did it for the community. So Enqi has some explaining to do. Now, number 2, patterns and regularities, right? So we already see first, before we go past observations, that there were scientific problems with Darwin's observations. He didn't have the complete empirical data because no systematic experimental tests were done. Number 2, regularities and patterns. Darwin identified the patterns. Some traits persist, some disappear. Some species survive better than others. The problem: observing a pattern is not science. It's just noticing trends. A pattern alone cannot explain why it happens. Okay? So observing a pattern, which is what Darwin did, that was very accurate. That's the one thing that Darwin did that was very accurate. And that's the only reason why Darwin's name is carried forward, is because he popularized the pattern, but he did not have a scientific mechanism, which is number 3, scientific mechanism. Darwin proposed natural selection as a causal pattern, claiming that traits favoring survival become more common. Critical failure. This is not a mechanism. He had no knowledge of genetics, inheritance, or mutation, so he could not know or explain how traits were passed down or altered. Modern evolutionary biology provides the mechanisms. Darwin did not. So in my first round, I was showing the actual mechanisms. And not only was I showing the mechanisms, I was showing that our ancestors thousands of years ago are already aware of these things that Darwin didn't even know. So, but we're going to stick to Darwin here. Darwin had no scientific mechanism. He had no scientific mechanism. Darwin had no idea how traits disappeared or how they were passed down, which was a critical problem with Darwin's theory. This is yet another reason why Darwin's theory was incomplete. All Darwin had correct was the causal pattern. He ran no test or experimental data to verify his observations, and he did not have the actual mechanism for genetic inheritance. Hypothesis. Darwin suggested that environmental pressures would shape species over time. Problem. Without a mechanism, these predictions are loosely based speculation, not testable hypotheses. See, if it's not testable, it's not falsifiable. And if it's not falsifiable, it doesn't count as an actual scientific theory. It's just a causal pattern that you have observed. See, this is why I'm saying Enqi is trying to manipulate the people, because he knows better. And I'm going to show you that he knew all of this in advance. I'm going to show you he knew all this in advance so you can see that this was direct manipulation. See, this is why it gets different in the audience. They get confused and silent now because they can't deny this information that's in front of them. You know, when they cheerleading, oh, Enqi this and that, and it's hard to, when we meticulously forensic style go in detail and break it down piece by piece, it get hard to ignore, because nothing that I'm saying is not only incorrect, but it's all of what I'm showing is verifiable. anybody can just Google any part of this and pull it up and look it up and see, oh, when, no, oh yeah, this is correct. Bah, 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 bah. But we're not even going to need to do that, because I'm going to show you that Unc agrees with everything I'm saying. Unc knew all this information. That's where the scam, that's where the psychological manipulation coming in. That's why he's telling y'all that he is a rage baiter and a gaslighter. He's telling y'all he's a liar. He's telling y'all these things, but we're not listening. Let's continue the walk down. Testing experiments falsifiability. Darwin had no experiments, only observation. His theory could not be rigorously tested or falsified in his lifetime. That means it fails a core criterion of a scientific theory. If your theory cannot be tested and falsified, it is not a complete theory. So what happens with that, right? What is the process when a person makes a great observation, right? Because we want to give Darwin some props. He made a great observation. He observed a great pattern. That's why his name is still known and used today, because he made this pattern up. And you take that observation and that causal pattern, and you take that to your peers. You take that to the institutions like his era of scientific journals. When you take that to Oxford and you take that to Harvard, they're going to look at that and they're going to go, okay, well, hold on. As a scientific theory, this is debunked because you ain't got a mechanism. It's no falsifiability. We can't test this. This is not a scientific theory, champ. You got to go back to the drawing board. Yeah. They're going to put their foot. It's going to be a BTA moment. Like, yo, you wasted our time. BTA moment, belt to, they're going to send him back to the drawing board and they're going to tell him,
Oh, so he went out, right? Yeah, his joint is circling.
It's trying to.
Yo, you know who he got next coming up, right? Right after Thanksgiving. I said Dr. Enqi got Jabari coming up next.
Yeah.
He's trying to take the belt of Jabari, man. You think he could do that?
Nah.
Oh, you giving up on him?
It's not that I'm giving up on him.
You know what the proper thing to say is, let me wait for the title, because it all depends on the title. Right. Whatever they arguing,
Yeah, well, like with me, I'm a free thinker. So
yeah, I think they came close to something like, can a spiritual person also believe in science?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, they work hand in hand.
They believe in both.
They work hand in hand.
No.
Huh?
Enqi is saying no, I think.
No, if he is, then that's not, in my opinion, that's not correct.
Well, in the scriptures, it talks about the science of this world is foolishness. Yeah. So if he's going with that, he's going to have the Hebrews on his side once again.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if that's the topic, but that's the last thing I heard them talking about on the phone.
Yeah, well.
And it seemed like they was, they was liking that.
In my opinion, man, they have to go together because science come out of man, which is, man was here first, then he invented science through observation.
Okay, he's
wanting to know.
He's back. You fell off, Doc.
Okay. All right. Before we hit the share screen, did you have any questions or anything, Suntan, or would you?
Yeah. What I wanted to say, because I keep hearing this being through around, and I got with Unc about it, and I'm glad another fella came in and chimed in. But here's the thing, Enqi, there are complete scientific theories, and Unc said there are not. But here's the thing.
That's a fact.
Well, yeah, there are some complete scientific theory. And the Jamaican came on and he expounded on it, and that was help for me because he was saying there's two ways that, like a biological theory is harder to make complete than a worldly theory. Because, and this is the example that I use, Enqi. I don't know if you was around in the bushes or whatever, right? I told Unc that a scientific theory can be complete, and I just used this off the top of my head, like I'm a free thinker. I said if I took this piece of candy and dropped it, that's gravity. First, it was a theory through Newton and through testing, right? It was a theory first.
Wait, no. Let me correct you. Listen, first it was an observable pattern.
Okay. Well, let me just finish.
Pattern, and then listen, and then from an observable pattern,
right? That makes
they took that observation, and through testing, they found the mechanism, and they built it out. And after repeated testing, now, and they get the validation. Now they have the right to be able to say, okay, well, this is a scientific law, or this is a scientific fact, because we have went through the scientific rigor and we have validated X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. But it starts with observing the pattern that I dropped the apple or whatever the case, wherever they said Newton did the apple.
But all I was saying was gravity was a complete theory. That's a complete scientific theory. Gravity. Then I asked Unc, and he said, no, it's a law, but it has to be a theory before it becomes a law. So that was my whole question.
That's a philosophical argument, because what happens is if you're discovering a law of the universe, right? The law has always existed, right? The actual thing, like say we talking about electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation was here before humans was here.
Hey,
but there's a process. There's a process that listen to what I'm trying to explain to you, Santan. Unc was not trying to educate. He was trying to manipulate. That's why he said he's a rage baiter and a gaslighter. What he's hoping is that the people don't understand what rage baiter and gaslighter means.
Yeah, but that's something that's kind of subjective, because anybody with intelligent Enqi would go and research it just like that, and you will get your answer. Now, if you want to act like people that dumb, then that's you. But
unfortunately, listen, his audience is that's the audience that he is creating.
Well, I ain't gonna make no assertions, but this all I said is that there has, because he was saying that it wasn't, and I said it was, and I left it like that. Right. So another guy came on later on, and he said, he expounded on it, and he's saying biological theory is more harder to complete because it goes on. And when he said that, that's meaning evolution. That's more hard. That goes on and on and on, because we still don't know, right? It's still,
here's the thing.
We don't know where. Do you know where we came from?
No, listen, let me explain to you where the game comes in. And that's why I'm telling you, it's about manipulation. We're gonna keep going through it. Just some of these answers going to become more clear as I go through the slides. But what I'm saying is there's a game that they play. Wow. And Unc played it throughout the debate. See, there's Charles Darwin's scientific theory of evolution, right? And then outside of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, there's evolution in and of itself, right? So we know
it was complete, Enqi.
But just listen to what I'm saying.
That's what I
got you, but I'm trying to get you to understand something else.
Listen. He holding you to the flames for saying that it's not a complete theory when he never said that.
Listen, Santan, listen to me. I'm gonna show you. Trust me, just a little patience. I'm gonna show you that he's not. Listen, he's not holding me to the flame. What he's doing is attempting to manipulate the people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what the definition of gaslighter means, right?
Right.
So if I say that I'm a gaslighter, then what does that mean?
Right, but you got to put it in context, right? So
what context? If I say I'm a gaslighter, I'm a gaslighter.
Right, but you see that's what I'm saying, and I find that very disingenuous for someone to put out something like that and don't put the contents right.
I agree.
So
what context would Unc be saying he's a gaslighter?
He's not a gaslighter. right? That's what we would surmise.
Correct.
Right. So I would, he said that, and I'm just a learner, and I always stay back and learn. And like I said, he wouldn't have. If he's tried to stick with you, and I got to keep bringing this up with your debate. He sticked on the facts that came out of a book, and that you can't deny that he wasn't wrong.
No, listen. But those things that he was reading primarily didn't have anything to do with Darwin's theory.
But it was still teachable, so you can't say he was. See what I'm saying now?
No, but listen, when you in a debate, right? It's not about being teachable. You got to be teachable about the very specific subject matter.
I understand that.
So when you're talking, so when you spend 30 minutes talking about Africans doing modern biology, right, that is a teachable time. It's great for you to talk about modern Africans doing modern science, but modern Africans doing modern science has nothing to do with Darwin's theory, because we're debating Darwin's theory. So what he was supposed to be doing was teaching about Darwin's theory, right? But I'm trying to show you something. Why do you think Unc calls himself a gaslighter?
Well, that was a new one. He just started that yesterday, so I don't have no
idea.
No,
he didn't. That's what. Do you go to his channel?
No, I just go and say I went about 2 times in a year.
Okay, so see, if you don't go to somebody's channel, you don't know what they teach. Like when people see me come on sa.neter page, they ask me where I've been. They be like, "Yo, Enqi, we ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Where you been at? Why you ain't been teaching?" I'm like, "What you mean? I'm teaching every day on my page."
Yo, time out. I gotta keep saying this. I'm speaking to truth. Please, I don't mean no disrespect, brother, but do not ask me to ask Dr. Enqi a question when you know that the super chat works. Stop being greedy. Stop being stingy. Stop getting all this information for nothing. Use the super chat. That goes for everybody. Don't ask me to ask him nothing. Use the super chat. Spend some money. Put some money in this Black Power machine, brother. Support the channel. Go ahead, y'all. Carry on.
So let's finish going through this.
All right.
Hit the share screen, Sa. So now, as we see here, these are all of the major parts of a scientific theory. If you do not have the major parts, one or more of the major parts of this theory, of these parts, right? Because when Unc reads the definition of a scientific theory, like he put up here, this is Unc's slide. In Unc's own slide. See, this is why I'm saying we cannot let Unc slide, because we have Unc slide, right? We can't let Unc slide and say he meant something else when we have Unc's words and we have his slides. I'm not saying Unc is a manipulator. Unc is saying this.
I don't know what a scientific theory is. Don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Ray's bait.
Hold on. Let me make sure I hit the share screen correctly.
Should I mute out?
I don't know. It's just tripping a little bit. The browser. Okay.
Just for the record, I'm not confused or nothing. I'm just learning.
Yeah, Wynn said they are confusing a complete theory with a correct one. Laugh out loud. Complete, incorrect. Incorrect are not synonymous in this context. Who want to bet money? So he wants to put up some money for those of y'all who disagree with him.
Well, I let him keep answering this question because, like I said, I talked to Unc about it. And
He ain't talking to you, Suntan. He's talking to the audience, I think, in the crowd. Suntan, I'm not talking to you. So he ain't talking to you, brother.
Right.
I guess he's talking to the Zali that's in the audience.
Oh, okay.
All right. Enqi got a little slow system going on right now today.
Yeah.
He keep falling off and dropping back in. He's talking to the guy who disagrees with Enqi.
Right.
So he's talking to.
Okay. You know, they sometimes I'm just gonna put it out here like this. Some of the debaters take the people in the audience for granted a lot of times. Everybody not idiots and everybody not, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people is just as intelligent as the debaters. So, you know, they throw out blanket terms and stuff like that. Like, that's why I had to get on Unc about calling everybody pseudo, man. People got their own ideals. What makes you just right? And, you know, Unc, my man, and I talked to him. I'm trying to
tell you, I said this before and Unc disagreed with me. I'm going to say it again. Everybody in the universe gets pseudo.
Right.
To not be pseudo means you know everything.
Right.
Right.
Who knows everything?
Pseudo is like when you false, when it's not correct, stuff like that. When you break down the word pseudo.
Right.
Like when it's not right. Right.
Yeah.
When it's false, when it's not truth.
Right.
So that's what a pseudo is. Everybody in the world is pseudo at one point. At sometimes.
But you know, when people make it as an attack, like, you know, they try to make it synonymous with you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
And so that's what I be saying. I mean, we keep saying pseudo like that's something special. No, everybody gets to be pseudo.
Yeah, it's ignorant.
In life, everybody.
Yeah, it can be you. It could be synonymous with being ignorant.
It could be scientists, it could be professors, it could be doctors. Yeah. It's always pseudo. That's why they changes it up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know? So
because everybody don't know every damn thing, you know.
Right.
So
here you go.
He back?
Not yet. He's having problems, you know, with his server.
And like I said, another thing, man, you know, Apostle say, I don't want to take your apology. Man, we didn't do nothing to you. Anybody with sense and anybody, a theologian or anybody, a monotheism, anybody believe in God, know that if they true-hearted that Christ came and laid his life down for everybody. You get these Israelites saying,
yeah, hold on. Dr. Enqi, what's up, man?
Drop the link again. I need the link again.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna put it in the chat. All right. The link is now in the chat. Damn, I thought I pinned the link. I didn't pin it.
It was, yeah, that's how I got it. It's pinned. You just got to keep scrolling to get to it. You pinned it, that's how I got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the top. We didn't been on here about half an hour. He back now.
Nah, we've been on here for longer than half an hour. We've been on here for
an hour, right?
Over an hour. An hour and 24 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I see Apostle in the chat.
Yeah, we got to work. We got to work. All right. All right. So now, remember, I'm not calling Unc a manipulator. This is Unk's words.
If you don't know what a scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Baker. You know what I'm saying? AKA Gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave you that definition.
Yeah, but so
Okay, now remember, just a quick recap. We're catching Unk in the middle of this con he's running, right? Did Unk know what a scientific theory was? His slides says that he does. So now we got to ask, did Unk know that Darwin's theory was incomplete? Now, I just reviewed a complete scientific theory, all of the parts. And while we reviewed the parts, we also reviewed why Darwin did not have a complete one, right? So we have to conclude, if you don't have all these parts, is the theory incomplete? Is the theory incomplete if you don't have all of the parts to a scientific theory?
what did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology?
Right, I get the brakes off Enqi and all that. Right, I get the brakes off Enqi and all that. Right, I get the brakes off Enqi and all that.
With the science, your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn when the truth Don't call me out for debate. Your info tangled, afraid to stay. I'm the GOAT with the science. Your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn when the truth gets too close. You sipping on fiction, overdose. I'll make my name taste like ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it out. I'll make my name take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it out, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it out, little secret. Double check that, I'm a walking fact check. You a glitch in the matrix, no specs. Flaws in your claim like cracks in the glass. I shatter the frame, you left in the past. Knowledge heavy, I carry it smooth. Luxury in the leg, watch how I move. I'll make my name taste like ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it out, little secret.
A part of this video I'm showing is because while Unk was doing his video with Suntan, Unk has created this narrative over on his page with Ngozi and his buddies that I'm the one that called Unk out because I was somewhere irrelevant and I called Unk out for relevance. So just know that I'm showing the part in this video in the beginning where he called my name out. I was off doing my melanin versus diabetes thing, and Sa interviewed Unk because Unk was in New York, and in his interview, he mentioned me. He mentioned me. So this is the whole concept of people mentioning me. See, when you mention me, then I got to come get you. Right? When you mention me and you mention my theories and this and that, then I got to come challenge your theory. If you challenge my education and my title, then I have to review your education and your title. This is not me picking on Unk. This is me responding to Unk as Unk is trying to use my name for clout. When Unk is getting an interview, Unk wants to say that him and his team beat me up in a scientific conversation to give himself more validity. So I'm showing the video. You don't have to question whether it's a fact or not. All you have to do is go to sa.neter Studios, the actual YouTube page, and look at the date. You got the video clip right there. I'm giving y'all the clips. See, this is what you call a walk down. When you're doing a walk down, you're providing all the information. So there's different levels of information in this video that y'all have to absorb along with the music. See, I made it easy for y'all to absorb this information. You got to get this.
What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology?
Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that.
With the science, your thesis is silence, your source is defiant.
You see, so what I'm doing is, it's not that this is personal. What I'm doing is I'm showing you guys the manipulation and the gaslighting. I want y'all to understand this, right? So we're looking at this in a systematic approach. I'm showing y'all manipulation and gaslighting, and I'm soon going to show y'all where he learned it from. You just got to be patient. So right now, so far, what we've looked at is Enqi identifying himself as a rage baiter and a gaslighter.
Don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, I be rage baiter. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave you the best definition.
Yeah, but
so he's letting you know that this is about manipulation of sa.neter's audience. This whole thing that he's putting together is about manipulating the audience. And I'm showing that Enqi knew in advance Darwin had an incomplete theory, and he totally understood all of the parts of the theory. So I'm laying this out for you very meticulously to show you that every aspect of what Enqi got going on is very Scammy Davis Jr. like, very Scammy Davis Jr. like. So now, did Enqi know in advance that Darwin's theory was incomplete? Let's ask Enqi.
this man just said that Charles Darwin didn't fully explain evolution. He's right.
This clip is from way before the debate.
This man just said that Charles Darwin didn't fully explain evolution. He's right. This man just said that Charles Darwin didn't fully explain evolution. He's right.
Now, Enqi has a cheerleader in the chat named Roy is my God. Roy says, hold on, let me read Roy's comment. Roy says, somebody called Enqi that in the chat and he was being sarcastic with them. Come on, Enqi, stop gaslighting the chat. So now Roy is saying that Enqi was not being serious when he said that Darwin did not fully explain evolution. Now, I'm going to not only show that Roy has been psychologically manipulated by Enqi, but I'm going to show you that Enqi absolutely knew in advance that Darwin did not have a complete theory. Let's go to Exhibit A. These are Enqi slides right here. These are Enqi slides right here. Roy, did you see the debate, Roy? Because if you saw the debate, Roy, you should be familiar with this slide right here. Darwin's mistakes and modern corrections. So guess what, Roy? If Enqi put together a series of slides called Darwin's mistakes and modern corrections, that means Enqi knew in advance all of the very same things that I just showed you back here. Enqi knew in advance Darwin did not have a complete theory, which means the whole program was a scam. This is why now he's saying, oh, there's no such thing as a complete theory, because he's gaslighting the audience. He's rage baiting the audience. He's manipulating the audience. I cannot make this up because the people that saw the debate remember this slide, right? And the people that know ChatGPT know that Enqi didn't even make these slides. So first of all, when Enqi says that I'm cheating, when Enqi says that I cheated in the debate, We have to ask, we got to get consensus from the community. I didn't even debate Unc. I debated ChatGPT because Unc didn't even do his own presentations. Yeah, this is a slide from Unc's presentation. Let's keep going. Here's Unc's first slide on Darwin. Darwin had a misunderstanding of heredity. Darwin proposed pangenesis and blending inheritance. Look at this, Suntan. This is not me saying that pangenesis was a part of Darwin's theory. This is Unc's slide. Unc said that Darwin proposed pangenesis and blending inheritance as a misunderstanding. This is Unc slides. Unc said Darwin made the mistake with pangenesis and blending inheritance. Unc said that Darwin believed traits blended together from parents. Unc said that this would erase variation needed for natural selection. Unc debunked Darwin. Unc did that. So Unc knew very well, Roy. Unc knew very well, Roy. See, this is why I'm telling you, Unc was not being sarcastic. Unc meant what he said. He intentionally manipulated and scammed the people and is trying to pass it off on me with these ChatGPT slides of his. Second slide on Darwin. Darwin lacked knowledge of genetic variation. Darwin recognized variation but couldn't explain its source. Again, this is exactly what I explained to you guys when I explained to you what a scientific theory is and why Darwin's did not qualify. We just walked through this very slow, very nice, very smoothly, right? But because I was walking through it, y'all was in the chat chirping. Now I'm showing you that Unc showed the very same things in his slide. Unc showed the very same things in his slides. So this is proof positive that Unc actually scammed y'all because he knew in advance Darwin did not have a complete theory. Because I'm showing you his slides. If Unc did not know in advance that Darwin did not have a complete theory, these would not be in Unc's slides. See, so when Unc says this, he was correct, Roy. He was not being facetious and he was not being sarcastic.
This man just said that Charles Darwin didn't fully explain evolution. He's right.
You see? So knowing that, he came into the debate and his first round he spent showing all the reasons why Darwin was incorrect and why Darwin had an incomplete theory, right? Because of all these things. Let's review. Misunderstanding of heredity, right? So this goes back here, right? You see what I showed here? Darwin only observed a pattern, right? When it comes to scientific mechanism. Critical failure. He had no knowledge of genetics, inheritance, or mutation. You see that? Unc knew these things in advance. He manipulated you guys and gaslighted you guys from the beginning. Number two, lack of knowledge of genetic variation. Very interesting. Modern correction. Genetic variation arises through mutation, recombination, and gene flow. DNA is the molecular basis of inheritance. What did I just say over here? Modern evolutionary biology provides the mechanisms. Darwin did not. Unc knew all this. Unc's third slide on Darwin. Overemphasis on natural selection. Darwin viewed natural selection as the primary evolutionary force. Underestimated other evolutionary mechanisms. Modern correction. Evolutionary processes include natural selection, genetic drift, mutation, and gene flow. So again, Unc knew that Darwin did not have a complete theory, but he gaslighted y'all from the gate. Let's go to number 4. Here's Darwin's 2 slides. Here's Unc's 2 slides. Both of these slides are Unc's. This is slide on the left where it says number 4, gradualism. This is from the first round. The second one over here is Unc's slide from the second round. Now, let me show y'all more proof of manipulation. Why would Unc? Now, I want y'all to answer this yourselves in the chat, especially y'all fans of Unc. Why would Unc put a slide out in the first round that says gradualism as the only mode of evolution was incorrect, and then come out in the second round, right? Look, we see Unc right there. So you know this is Unc's slide, right? There go Unc right there. Why would he come out in the second round and then put a slide together that says Darwin predicted gradual evolution would yield transitional fossils linking major organisms and showcasing species changes over time? Why would he show you in the first round that this prediction was incorrect, and then in the second round put a slide together showing you or trying to pass off this as a correct prediction? That is manipulation and gaslighting. That is direct lying. He put out information in the first round that contradict his second round. But I'm trying to explain to y'all, first of all, he purposely did this because he is a gaslighter and a rage baiter. This is why you have to understand this. Stop. We're not putting Unc up. We're not putting Unc and Cedric up. We're not putting Unc and Cedric up. They got to just deal with this. They can't comment. They can't come up. They can't do none of that. They just got to get this work, brother. That's all they could do. I told you Unc was going to be furious after we broke him down. Now, again, these are Unc's slides. Darwin's prediction, gradual evolution. Darwin's prediction for strict and universal gradualism was indeed false. The exclusive pattern of evolution was actually false, but Unc tried to pass this off as a fact after producing a slide in the first round that said it was incorrect. That is lying. That is gaslighting. That is rage baiting, right? Let's keep going. Vestigial organs. Vestigial organs? Wait a minute. That's just like the junk DNA I showed earlier with the Smithsonian. Darwin and the 19th century anatomists often used the term rudimentary or useless for organs whose purposes they couldn't identify. They lumped them together, things like the appendix, the pineal gland, the thyroid, the thymus, the tailbone, even the male nipples. They truly thought these were vestiges of evolution with no function. Many people were maimed by savage scientists. Yes. So when Unc talks about medicine, you have to realize that Darwin's theory was a menace to medicine. Darwin's theory hindered medicine. Darwin's theory pushed it back. Darwin's theory allowed people to have organs cut out of their body that they needed. When you're looking at the thyroid and the thymus, these are crucial for the immune system. The appendix is crucial for the immune system. How many people had their appendix cut out, their tonsils cut out, their thyroid gland removed, their thymus removed? How many people was told that the pineal gland was useless? And now we know that the pineal gland is responsible for serotonin and melatonin. Hold on. Serotonin is responsible for mental health, and melatonin is responsible for part of your immune system. Hold on. I know y'all lining up, but we got to
go. I just wanted to share about the thyroid. I have a hyperactive thyroid. My mother died because of her thyroid. My brother died because of his thyroid. I have a sister that died because of the thyroid, and I got another sister that had surgery. I was supposed to have surgery, but the nodules that's on my thyroid has moved to my vocal cords. That's why my voice sounds the way it sounds. And it's so many, they can't do an operation because I'm already paralyzed on my right vocal cord because of it.
Listen, this is what I'm saying about these theories. This is what I'm saying about these theories. Now, total misinformation and manipulation. Charles Darwin's buddy, Ernest Haeckel, put out fake information because Darwin was getting debunked so bad. This man made up fake information for embryological development. Fake information to back up Darwin. And guess what? Enqi used this in his slide. Enqi used this in his presentation. This is Enqi's slide. This is Enqi's slide. This is not me making this stuff up about Enqi. This is Enqi's slide. He used this as evidence for Darwin's correct information. Now, critical write-up debunking, complicating the embryological claim. The traditional claim, the classic argument dating back to Darwin's time and popularized especially via the drawings of Ernest Haeckel, is that vertebrate embryos pass through stages of marked similarity in very early development. This similarity is evidence of common ancestry and descent with modification. Under this view, human embryos would initially resemble lower vertebrates before diverging. Why this claim is problematic. Early stage variability. Modern developmental biology shows that the very early stages of vertebrate embryogenesis differ significantly across taxa. Thus, the idea that all vertebrate embryos look essentially the same at the outset is overstated. Divergent developmental pathways. Even when mid-stage morphological similarity is claimed, underlying developmental mechanisms, cell lineages, heterochrony, extra embryonic membranes, yolk content can differ widely between classes. Thus, similar appearance does not imply identical developmental origin or process. This is clear manipulation. The hourglass and phylotypic stage nuance. Rather than earliest stages being most similar, many studies report a model where the greatest conservation appears in mid-embryogenesis, with divergence earliest and latest. That undermines the simpler claim of very early identical stages. Historical misrepresentation of evidence. Haeckel's embryo drawings exaggerated similarity and omitted the differences. Many modern critiques call these drawings misleading. And that's a downstatement. They were frauds. He drew these to back up Darwin. The historical baggage has inflated textbook statements of embryo similarity beyond what the data supports. Implications for Darwin's embryology as proof. If embryos are less uniformly similar early on and developmental routes differ, then using embryology as a straightforward proof of common descent becomes weaker. The empirical support is more nuanced, not the simple human embryo equals a fish embryo stage 1 narrative. Key conclusions. The strong claim that vertebrate embryos, including humans, are essentially indistinguishable in the earliest stage is not supported by current data. There is a period of greater similarity in some taxa, but this does not vindicate the older, stronger form of the claim. Embryology remains a line of evidence for shared ancestry, but its strength lies in complex molecular developmental patterns rather than simplistic visual resemblance. And Darwin had no idea what those molecular developments were because Darwin didn't know anything about DNA or genes. So Darwin was completely faking it. Therefore, if someone asserts human embryos look just like fish embryos early on, as Darwin's original claim or later textbooks claim, that assertion is misleading and oversimplified. And here we have a whole bunch of sources that, people can snapshot and go look those up. right? We want to make sure we provide at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 sources for what I'm just saying there, just in case, just in case. Does Enqi provide a source? No, I don't provide a source. I provide like 10 or 20, right? We can keep going. Enqi showed this slide. In the Descent of a Man book in 1871, the book Enqi tries to not act like it exists. Darwin explicitly suggested a hierarchy amongst human races. He wrote that some races, particularly Europeans, were civilized peoples. They had higher mental and moral capacities than others. For example, he described non-European peoples, especially Africans, as less advanced in intellect and civilization. He used terms like savage and lower races to describe them. By contrast, he implied that Europeans represented a more advanced stage of human development. So in his words, whites were considered more evolved culturally and intellectually. Here's Enqi's 5th slide from the first round on Darwin. He said Darwin had an incomplete understanding of speciation. Darwin lacked genetic understanding of how new species arise. Wait a minute. So if Enqi put out a slide in the first round that said Darwin didn't understand how new species arise, then what was he doing with these slides in the later rounds? Why would he put these slides out in the second round if he had already debunked these concepts on his own in the first round? Darwin lacked genetic understanding of how new species arise, focused on divergence, but not reproductive isolation. See, this is why when my first round starts, I clearly state, since Enqi did such a good job debunking Darwin, I don't have to. I can spend my time on science because these are Enqi slides right here. Darwin lacked genetic understanding of how new species arise, focused on divergence, but not reproductive isolation, modern corrections. Speciation involves reproductive barriers. That's that Weissman barrier that Enqi was just saying. Enqi was just saying on the live stream that strengthened his theory, that did not debunk or go against Darwin's theory at all. This is why I'm telling you, Enqi was up there purely looking to manipulate and psychologically play on the people's intelligence. He already knew all this in advance. How do we know? We have the proof. We're looking at his slides, not mine. Number 6, no knowledge of molecular mechanisms. Darwin did not know about DNA, RNA, or molecular inheritance. Wait a minute. Do you see that? Enqi said in his slide that Darwin did not know about molecular inheritance. Hold on. So if Enqi didn't know about molecular inheritance, again, we have proof positive. We have proof positive that Enqi totally.
This man just said that Charles Darwin didn't fully explain evolution. He's right.
You see, Enqi is the one this whole entire time manipulating the audience. He's manipulating the people.
Don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. You need to know what the hell a scientific theory is.
I think I gave the best definition.
Yeah, but
So did he know Darwin's theory was incomplete? Clearly, his first round say so. He got paid off to debate, not me. So that means Enqi was the one scamming and cheating, not me.
what did a Kovacs lens have to do with biology?
The sound went out, Enqi. The sound went out. There's no sound. Oh, you put it on pause. Go, play it now, play it now. Hey, yo, Enqi, let me ask you real quick before you get back. The title you text me earlier Is that the title you want me to present to Jabari?
Jabari said he's working on it.
Okay, all right. Because I was about to send it to him to let him see it.
Okay. All right.
All right, go ahead.
Hit the share screen.
Jabari the champ, man. Don't take him lightly, Dr. Enqi.
Stop it. Hit the share screen.
He ain't no better than that.
Science, your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Just burn when the truth. Don't call me out for debate. Your info tangled, afraid to stay. I'm the GOAT with the science. Your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn when the truth gets too close. You sipping on fiction, overdose. I'm in my name, taste like ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Double check that, I'm a walking fact check. You a glitch in the matrix, no specs. Flaws in your claim like cracks in the glass. I shatter the frame, you left in the past. Knowledge heavy, I carry it smooth. Luxury in the leg, watch how I move. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all in my name. Take that ass when you speak it, when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all. Soft steps in the room, yet I quake the floor. Your whispers don't reach, they sink, ignore. All that shade won't dim my glow. I'm the source, let the rivers flow. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret.
I'm trying to follow his example. 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 Scientific theory of evolution. Now let's hear what this man has to say. Let's hear what the scammer has to say. Let's hear what this man, he'll do anything to cheat and rob. Here it go. We're gonna play it.
No, you gotta
Okay, here's the proof. Here's the proof. Here's more proof that Unc was the actual person cheating, because Unc was the person that actually did. We first of all, we know that Unc was unfamiliar with his slides because he could barely read them. The thing is that Unc was seeing those slides for the very first time because he had Chat GPT'd them. So I wasn't even just debating Unc. I was debating Unc, his entire crew, and Chat GPT, because he was looking up concepts that I was saying, Googling it, and then dropping it into GPT, asking for a quick presentation, and then presenting that on the screen as if that was his information. So I'm just showing you step by step how he manipulate the audience and gaslight the audience. There's still people in the chat right now saying, Enqi, a complete scientific theory was not a part of the debate. Yes, it was. Let me go back to the top and show you this. Okay. The second question of the debate was Darwin's theory of evolution a scientific theory. So what I'm showing you right here is all of the different parts of a valid scientific theory that you must have. If you do not have one or more of these crucial parts, then no, you do not have a scientific theory. This is literally the main question of the debate. The second question, so from the beginning, all that is lying. And this is why we meticulously showed that not only was Darwin missing key portions that would disqualify him from having a valid scientific theory, but also we walked now, and I showed that knew in advance all of those things. So has psychologically into being something that this is what I need you to understand.
It's messing up.
You can't hear my voice?
It was choppy. It was choppy.
Okay. So again, it's not choppy now, is it?
Nah.
Okay, good. So I was showing you systematically that the second question of the debate, the main question of the debate was, did Darwin have a scientific theory? And I'm showing you guys that are at home that may not know that a scientific theory is not something you just guess or make up. In order to actually have a scientific theory, you have to have all of these parts, all of these things. You have to have all of these parts. And if you do not have all of them, then you do not have a valid scientific theory. You don't have a complete scientific theory because you're missing certain parts. Okay? You're missing certain parts, which means it's not complete. If a pizza pie is supposed to have 8 slices and it only has 6, that is not a complete pizza pie. Okay? And I'm showing you that not only when we reviewed it, you might have came late to this video. You can rewind back. We systematically reviewed each part and showed what Darwin was missing. Then, more importantly, I showed you from Enqi's slides that Enqi knew this all in advance. And he is gaslighting you guys all this entire time. These are not my slides. This is Enqi's slide. This is Enqi's slide. This is Enqi's slide. This is Enqi's slide. These are 2 of Enqi's slides. These are Enqi's slides. This is Enqi's slide. This is Enqi's slide. This is another one of Enqi's slides. This is another one of Enqi's slides. This is another one of Enqi's slides. So I'm showing you beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's no doubt after this because I'm showing you Enqi's slides that Enqi already knew in advance that he was lying. Now, express mathematically. In the second round, I showed you the math, right? And the math, again, this is Enqi's slide. Enqi said that scientific laws can be expressed mathematically, allowing for precise predictions in natural phenomena. Mathematical representation is crucial for applying laws to real-world situations and computations. Enqi did not present any of that. I did. So again, I'm showing you the manipulation. I'm showing you the gaslighting. Now, we can go further. Did Enqi lie and manipulate you about religion? Did Enqi lie and manipulate the audience about religion and God? Well, let's take a look. This is a slide that Enqi presented. This is Enqi's slide right here. And in Enqi's slide, it has an excerpt from Darwin. It says right here, in a letter to Joseph Hooker in 1868, Darwin wrote, "You will think me a very self-sufficient when I declare that I feel sure if pangenesis is now stillborn, meaning dead, it will, thank God, at some future time reappear." So why am I highlighting this thank God part? because Enqi says that you cannot be religious and scientific. And Enqi says that Darwin is the foundation of modern biology and evolution. But guess what? Enqi is manipulating you guys once again, because Darwin was a very religious man. That's why he's appealing to God that hopefully his theories turn out to be true. Because Darwin was himself a religious man who had a college degree in theology, because his first passion was God.
He was a pastor.
He wanted to be, but he got caught up, right? But I'm showing, I'm showing people all the lying, the scamming, and the gaslighting, right? This is what Enqi said, and that's why Enqi calls himself a gaslighter and a rage baiter. Okay, Enqi forgot to tell y'all about the degree Darwin had in theology, that Darwin was very religious. So when Enqi says that you can't be scientific and be religious, how does Enqi still teach Darwin? Doesn't Darwin qualify as pseudo according to Enqi? Because Enqi says anybody who's religious and scientific is pseudo. Enqi says even further, because Enqi will try to get out of that and say, wait a minute, but Darwin didn't mix his science with his religion. We have Darwin's letter right there, buddy, where Darwin is appealing to God that his scientific theory will be found out to be true. So Darwin absolutely mixed his science and his religion, because he was hoping God would prove his theory to be correct. So by Enqi's definition, Darwin is pseudo. But if Enqi used this, because remember, this is not my slide, this is Enqi's slide. But if Enqi used this slide, then Enqi knew all this in advance, which means that Enqi was lying the whole entire time, manipulating the audience. This is why Enqi says he's a rage baiter and a gaslighter. Those are not two names that I gave Enqi. Those are the names that Enqi gave himself. Now, again, how did we let Enqi say, what does a convex lens have to do with biology? Again, that is more gaslighting the community. There is no modern biology without the microscope. Enqi also said, what does sperm and fertility have to do with biology? See, this is what I'm explaining to y'all at home. Y'all saying, well, Enqi, what is all these slides? I'm showing you manipulation. Enqi is up here misinforming y'all on purpose. Sperm and eggs, that is literally the genetic material. That is the focal point of evolutionary science. That is literally the most important thing in evolutionary science. So why would Enqi come on to the live stream and say, what does a convex lens have to do with biology? What does a sperm and Enqi was showing y'all sperm and eggs and convex lenses. What does that have to do with biology? Well, I was showing the genetic material. You see, because this is DNA. I was showing you how embryos develop. These are my slides here. See, this is my slide. This is my slide. I was showing you what the science of when a woman goes to the hospital to see whether she's fertile or not, if she's pregnant. This is what the test looks like. See, I was showing actual science. I was showing the potential of the microscope and the first identification of a sperm cell. The first identification of a sperm cell being in Kemet, not with Darwin, right? Darwin did not understand genetic inheritance, and Enqi doesn't either. My first round explained DNA and genetics, plus how our ancestors pioneered the field of study. See, this is what we got to deal with.
What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology? What did a convex lens have to do with biology?
Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beat the brakes off of Enqi and all that.
Now, the title and the education part. Suntan asked him, how was he qualified to call people pseudo?
Because
No, sir.
Until you get your papers together, you become certified. Then you can have the authority to call.
That is crazy. You don't even sound. That don't even sound right,
You're not
Suntan.
certified.
Suntan, what are you talking about?
I'm telling you, man. You call
Suntan, do you know who you talking to, Suntan?
You even got the name the pseudo killer.
Hold on, Suntan. Okay, let's slow this down.
Go ahead. Back up your stuff, man.
Suntan, have I ever represented myself as being a doctor?
That ain't the point.
I'm asking you a question. Have I ever represented myself?
No.
Have I ever represented myself as being an expert?
Yeah.
So Unc doesn't call himself a doctor, but what does he call himself is the question. He doesn't call himself a doctor, but he calls himself a rage baiter and a gaslighter. Question. Does Unc call himself a doctor? No. What does he call himself, though? What does he call himself? What is his title? And what is his qualification that gives him that title? Where did he get his education? Where did he go to school at?
Don't know what a scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. Forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby Rage Beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. Gaslighter. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter.
So let's look at the definition of gaslight. To gaslight is the practice of psychologically manipulating someone into questioning their own sanity or power of reasoning. Is that something that we see Unc doing here? Like literally, do we see him trying to get people to question their own ability to understand and comprehend? Do we see him trying to get people to think that they are crazy or that other people are crazy? Come on now. Just saying. Not my words, his words.
I don't want to talk to nobody who know what theory is. I'm capping gaslighter right now. I don't want to talk to nobody who know what theory is. I'm capping gaslighter right now. Gaslighter right now. Bobby banging capping gaslighter. I don't know whether he did that to George or not. From what I know of him, like I used to study under Bun.
Bun is Unc Nuwapian teacher where he learned to manipulate and gaslight people like Dr. York. Unc is a graduate of Dr. York University.
Tax evasion, because he had like 100,000 on him. He was mad. That means nigga get money. So that's a message for us. Get money. As black people, we supposed to get money because he got money. I'm trying to follow his example. 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 What? I don't know whether he did that to George or not. What? I don't know whether he did that to George or not. What? I don't know whether he did that to George or not. What? I don't know whether he did that to George or not. What? From what I know of him, right, I used to study under Bun. You know Bun? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And I'm saying, okay, all right. That's where I got my shit from. That's a good friend of mine. Man. Okay. No doubt. From what I know of him, right, he wouldn't have did that. What? Okay. No doubt. From what I know of him, right, he wouldn't have did that. What? No. From what I know of him, right, he wouldn't have did that, you know what I'm saying? Because he had enough pussy anyway. Right. Wouldn't have did that like that. In fact, one of my friends. Wouldn't have did that like that. But that's the game they play. Yeah. But why they play that game on him? Because he was getting in niggas' heads with some real serious information. What? Game on him because he was getting in niggas' heads with some real serious information. What? Mm-hmm. He took us through all the religions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He took us through alien shit, right? He took us through Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Sumerian doctrine. So by the time you was finished and he made everything black, right? So he transformed you from looking at shit from a white perspective to a black perspective. Then through the education. Then through the education. Then through the education. Then through the education.
Through his education from Dr. York, he became the atheist God killer and gaslighter that we know today, manipulating the people, trying to be just like his teacher, Dr. York.
I don't know whether he did that to Troy or not. From what I know of him, right, I used to study under Bun. You know Bun? Yeah. All right? And I'm saying, okay, all right? That's where I got my shit from. That's a good friend of mine, man. Okay. No doubt. From what I know of him, right, he wouldn't have did that, you know what I'm saying? Because he had enough pussy anyway. Right. Wouldn't have did that like that. Back one of my friends. Wouldn't have did that like that. But that's the game they play. Yeah. But why they play that game on him? Because he was getting in niggas' heads with some real serious information. He took his people all the religions. He took his people alien shit, right? He took his people Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Sumerian doctrine. So by the time you was finished and he made everything black, right? So he transformed you from looking at shit from a white perspective to a black perspective. Then through the education, you start to realize, I don't believe none of that shit anyway. He made me realize it was niggas writing stories, whether you black, white, or Chinese. People producing this information, right? And so they gotta get a person like that off the strip. He did that for 30-something years. Under the radar because they thought he was crazy. Why he keeps switching? He kept switching because life in general switch your ass up. So he made sure he was educated on everything. He was educated on everything. General switch your ass up. So he made sure he was educated on everything. They thought he was crazy. Why he keeps switching? He kept switching because life in general switch your ass up. So he made sure he was educated on everything. Because life in general switch your ass up. So he made sure he was educated on everything. True. Right? Okay. So rock this, right? So then why would they still get this thing? Kick out information.
You know where?
What's he doing down here, man?
You know
you
where?
Feel me?
Huh?
So
you know where I got him from?
They give him the RICO Act, right? And then they give him what? Tax evasion. Because he had like 100,000 on him. He was mad. That means nigga get money. So that's a message for us. Get money. As black people, we supposed to get money because he got money. I'm trying to follow his example. Follow his example. He got money. I'm trying to follow his example. But under no circumstance, that's why they give him the RICO Act, meaning you can no longer participate in this criminal enterprise, right? They can't say of raising the black minds. Can't say of raising the black minds. Can't say of raising the black minds. Don't know what the scientific theory is, don't ask me no questions. That's the rule going forward. If you want to talk to me, Bobby raised beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. If you want to talk to me, Bobby raised beta. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter. Gaslighter. You know what I'm saying? AKA gaslighter.
So let's look at the definition of gaslight. To gaslight is the practice of psychologically manipulating someone into questioning their own sanity or power of reasoning. Is that something that we see Unc doing here? Like literally, do we see him trying to get people to question their own ability to understand and comprehend? Do we see him trying to get people to think that they are crazy or that other people are crazy? Come on now. Just saying. Not my words, his words.
I don't want to talk to nobody who know what theory is. I'm capping gaslighter right now. I don't want to talk to nobody who know what theory is. I'm capping gaslighter right now. Capping gaslighter right now. Bobby banging capping gaslighter. Go ahead. Baltimore, yo. This guy don't hang out you, man. What you doing hanging with this guy? We do the Real Black Atheist show. What? Okay. The Real Black Atheist show. Right? What? Based off of the book, is there God? Yeah. What? This guy don't hang out you, man. What you doing hanging with this guy? We do the Real Black Atheist show. Okay. The Real Black Atheist show. What? Based off of the book, is there God? Yeah.
So who knew about this? Who knew that Unc's entire Black Atheist program comes from a Dr. York book called Is There a God? Interesting.
Baltimore, yo. This guy don't hang out you, man. What you doing hang with this guy? We do the Real Black Atheist show. What? Okay. The Real Black Atheist show, right? What?
Real quick, Dr. Enqi, Dr. Enqi, man, I gotta say this, brother.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
put it back on. I got to say this, man.
Yes.
You are a skillful debater, bro. You're good, man. I gotta say, you are good, Enqi. You are not see, people don't know, bro, that you've been doing this for years back in the days with us, man. They don't know you the way you put it together. You are you just going for the gut punch, regardless, man. You are a beast when it comes to debating. You are not no rookie at this point. You just nice. And that's why you heard me tell Jabari on the phone, Jabari, do not sleep on Dr. Enqi. Don't take him lightly, bro. Like Unc slept on you. Unc said, I'm going to practice when it's the day of the debate. And I'm like, see, you slept on him. So I'm telling Jabari, do not sleep on Dr. Enqi. And Jabari said, nah, I'm not going to sleep on nobody. But you nice, brother. I'm going to give it to you, man. Back to the show.
No, listen, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The people in the chat is saying that, I'm taking it somewhere or I'm doing something to Uncle, whatever the case may be.
Nah, you're doing what you're supposed to do, bro.
Exactly. What happens is
the weak dudes in the chat.
Right. Because what happens is people say things about me and nobody complains. When Unc does 3 hours and challenges my education, nobody says, hold up, though, Unc. Why are you challenging Enqi, character assassination? And why are you challenging Enqi education and his credentials and all this and all that? So now here we are. We're looking at Unc's education and his credentials. Unc's education is through Dr. York. He started his Black Atheist program from Dr. York books. So
see how you do that? See how you do that? You're a bad dude. You know what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Yo, you ain't no rookie at this point. You're not a rookie. Mm-hmm.
I told Unc that from the get. I said, Enqi kind of slick there.
You're not no goddamn rookie, man. They don't know. We
said,
come from the best, man. Harlem, man. Where all of us was getting in, polite, all of us. Tazoriak, all of us, brother. Eddie, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
All you got to do is go to Patreon. The tapes is there from back then.
Why challenge my credentials and my education if you don't want nobody to mention your credentials and your education?
Exactly. Yeah, you doing what you're supposed to do. Because believe me, when Unc get up here, he gonna do what he supposed to do.
Right. That's without a doubt.
Right. All right. So let me get back to you.
Okay. Real Black Atheist show. What? Based off of the book, is there God? What you ain't got that book? What you mean I'm talking about? Is there God series, the small joints? Remember them? Y'all read that? Yeah. All right then. All right. What? Trouble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like if I can chop the head off, I can kill a whole organization. Yeah. When I think that brother did such a great job. What? That brother did such a great job. What? Brother did such a great job. What? That by now we should all start our organizations. You know what I'm saying? Because we got our organization.
His own little community of skeptic atheists based on Dr. York God books and teachings.
What did a Kovacs lens have to do with biology? What did a Kovacs lens have to do with biology? What did a Kovacs lens have to do with biology?
Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that. Right. Beating the brakes off of Enqi and all that.
Don't call me out for debate. Your info tangled, afraid to stay. I'm the GOAT with the science. Your thesis is silence, your source is defiant. Pages burn when the truth gets too close. You sipping on fiction overdose. I'm in my name, taste like ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Double check that, I'm a walking fact check. You a glitch in the matrix, no specs. Flaws in your claim like cracks in the glass. I shatter the frame, you left in the past. Knowledge heavy, I carry it smooth. Luxury in the leg, watch how I move. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all in my name. Take that ass when you speak it, when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, our little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, all. Soft steps in the room, yet I quake the floor. Your whispers don't reach, they sink, ignore. All that shade won't dim my glow. I'm the source, let the rivers flow. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it. I'm in my name, take that ass when you speak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret. Keep it low, keep it quiet, don't leak it. Ass when you speak it, little secret.
I'm trying to follow his example. 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 Scientific theory of evolution. Now let's hear what this man has to say. Let's hear what the scammer has to say. Let's hear what this man, he'll do anything to cheat and rob. Here it go. We're gonna play it.
Okay, so what did we see today? We saw that Enqi scammed the people from the gate. Enqi knew from the incept that Darwin had an incomplete theory. But he chose to create a debate on a quote-unquote incomplete theory in advance to prove that the theory was not incomplete when he knew it was incomplete from the gate, the whole time calling himself a rage baiter and a gaslighter, confessing that he's manipulating the audience. Confessing that he's manipulating the audience. Like that is, to me, is crazy. That shows a level of arrogance where you believe that you're so much more intelligent than the audience that you can tell them you're manipulating them while manipulating them, and nobody's going to know it. You can show slides in your first round that contradict the slides in your second round, and then come out after the debate and tell people that they're all insane and they don't know what's going on. But wait a minute. Telling people that they're all insane and incompetent is exactly what a gaslighter does. So again, we have Enqi's confession on what his title is, rage baiter and gaslighter. And then we also have his education. We have where he started and how he's certified to call people pseudo. Even though his definition of pseudo, somebody mixing religion with science, also applies to Darwin, because Darwin mixed his religion with science. So we just have a wide variety of things that we have to think about in terms of the rage baiting, the misinformation, the ad hominems, the personal attacks from the gate. I've been a scammer and a fake doctor. How long did you think that you was going to be able to call me a scammer and a fake doctor and question my credentials without me questioning yours, brother? I'm not initiating anything. I'm responding to what you've been doing for 2 months. And that's just now. Because you've been doing that on your page, who knows how long, along with your cronies, with your man with the lips looking crazy and all that. So I rest my case. Listen, he said his lips look like that because he got lupus. I know a bunch of people with lupus, and he the only one with the lips like that. So
come on, man, don't be sitting on the lupus, bros.
I'm not, because what I'm trying to say is he's separate from them. I'm saying that he got some.
Come on, man, don't do that. Your brother got an illness, man. Don't do that.
No, but it is something that happens to people with lupus, Enqi. They do have dry. I know somebody that has extremely dry lips, and they have lupus as well. So it is a reality.
Something that happens to other types of people as well.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna go into nobody
Okay. Well, there that go. Yeah. So we ain't gonna say, but we gonna say for sure, that happens also to other types of people.
Get you some lip gloss. That's all you gotta do.
Nah, stop that. We ain't gonna do that. Because I got lupus.
You remember years ago when you guys hosted that evolutionary conference?
What you say, Keith?
The evolution conference, absolutely.
Yes, you know the most powerful speaker on that conference, who it was?
Who?
It was Enqi.
Enqi went into electromagnetism and broke it down. He was the most powerful speaker there. Even though them guys, when they were talking, they was talking about the Hermetic principles of correspondence, right? Opposite attract. But he went to electromagnet, right? And I'm surprised that he's not attacking Enqi on the science. See, because Enqi is regurgitating Darwin's evolution, right? In other words, Darwin is speaking through him. But so then what would that make Enqi? If Darwin is the ventriloquist.
Who you supposed to be getting, Keith? Somebody wanted you. Who was that was calling Keith?
Cedric.
Oh, Cedric, yeah. Y'all gonna get it in, Keith?
Yeah, if Cedric ain't
it's hard with them guys because them guys they don't listen, right? I don't. They talk about science and using scientific literacy, but again, they got to understand that they probably not familiar. I don't know if they're familiar with the word quadrivium, right? And quadrivium is the 4 highest levels of the seven liberal arts.
I was about to say
that consist of geometry, arithmetic, astronomy, and music. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's the 4 higher levels, and there's 3.
Hold on. Yeah. I want y'all to ask Dr. Enqi any questions that y'all see with his presentation. Anybody? Let me get Revelation up in here first. Revelation, you hit the panel. I guess you got a statement or a question for Dr. Enqi.
It's actually a question. Peace and blessings to everybody, and please forgive me for not being able to come up. Good presentation, Dr. Enqi, and thank you for telling me, or for teaching me, I should say, that Darwin, he studied theology. So that was good. That was refreshing to me. Now, my question is basically this, because Cedric keeps saying that you're running from some sort of challenge that he gave to you. I don't know if it's true, so I basically wanted to know what is the challenge that Cedric gave to you, and if you're going to take it, and why you're running, if you're even running. That's basically it, sir. That's it.
Listen. Oh, you mean me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cedric has not issued any challenge to me. Listen. I pulled up several times all by myself on Enqi's page and challenged his whole platform.
Wow.
And I challenged Cedric on multiple times to have debates one-on-one on Enqi's platform that he ducked the smoke. And then I invited him to come to my page and have a debate.
Yeah, you did.
And he ducked the smoke. So,
okay.
So there's no again. This is what I'm saying. I want y'all to take away the most important part of today's presentation as the rage baiting and gaslighting. You have to understand they are manipulating and lying to the audience on purpose. All you have to do is go right to Enqi's page. You will see plenty of times with me pulling up on his platform all by myself, challenging everybody on his platform, with them calling me all kind of cuss words and scammers and this and that, and oh, you polite man, oh, you scamming, oh, you had the water, oh, dun, 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 dun. And I just be sitting there,
everything but the information, huh? Enqi?
everything but the information.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you a fake doctor. You didn't. Okay, well, where's the sign? What you want to go? You want to debate this? You want to debate that? Let's debate mitochondria. Let's debate this. A lot of smoke and mirrors. A lot of smoke and mirrors. They don't want that kind of attention, especially Cedric. So
yes, sir.
So that's not a real thing. That's gobbledygook made up. That's just stuff to say in the chat to try to derail and take people away from the points that I'm making. That Unc deliberately misled people, and he's continuing to do it by saying that there's no such thing as a incomplete or a complete. Because if you check certain videos, he says there's no such thing as a complete scientific theory, and then other videos he says all scientific theories are incomplete, or there's no such thing as an incomplete theory because all scientific theories are incomplete. Like, he can't even make up his mind with the lie. That's the thing about the lie. You got to keep on doing and adding to it.
All right. Let me move on to the next person. Brother Apostle, do you have a question or a statement for Dr. Enqi?
Go to the next person.
Okay, Keith, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Si? Hey, Enqi. So would you say that the human race went through an evolutionary process in the true definition of the word?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's what I was kind of wondering. Even why didn't you get into the science of the evolutionary process? Because even though talk about it, why was evolution necessary? That's why I asked him a question about gravity. That's gravity grounds us to the electromagnetic field. And when we look at this universal system, is it a communication system that we're looking at? That's why I asked him that question, because he was talking about evolution. But really, do he really understand the process of it?
All right, let me bring on Heroin.
Well,
What's
hold
happening?
on. Let me answer this question, son.
Go ahead.
So the thing is, the debate was confined to Darwin specific theories.
Correct.
So if we would have been debating evolution in general, electromagnetism would have came in, quantum mechanics would have came in, all kinds of other sciences would have came in, because we teach from a timeline. So we know that in the time when Darwin was coming up, formulating the theory, Maxwell was just formulating the understanding of electric fields alternating with magnetic fields to produce light. So light hadn't even been fully, they haven't even fully. So, and then that's just light in and of itself. That's not light interacting with biological processes. We don't get light interacting with biological processes until the 1960s, when they fully figure out the electron transport chain and how pigments interact with electrons, photons, and protons. So most of the understanding of chemiluminescence and bioluminescence happened in the last 50 years. Darwin has no understanding of any of that. So this is why I'm saying they're manipulating. The whole thing was the act of manipulation and gaslighting, because if you look at the debate, half of Unc's debate was modern evolution. So he confused a lot of people that was watching the debate, because they're watching the debate thinking to themselves, oh, they must be debating modern evolution. And we were not. We were debating whether or not Darwin had a scientific theory. And in order to have a valid scientific theory, you have to have all of those parts put together. All of those parts that we reviewed, you got to have all that put together. And Darwin didn't have them. Only thing Darwin had was he observed the pattern. He observed the pattern that traits change as the environment changes. And so that's why he's famous and carried over till today. Nothing else that's associated with modern evolution comes from Darwin. The mechanics of how genes are passed and all that stuff came from Mendel and later scientists figuring out DNA and genes and chromosomes and all of those different things. So
why even when he talk about it, you know, even when you ask him something, they don't see him and Cedric, they don't see evolution as our growth and development.
Because it is manipulation, brother. See, this is what I'm saying. You got to take for granted when a person tells you who they are. When a person tells you who they are, you can't make it something else. If Unc says that his name is rage baiter and gaslighter, that is him identifying himself as a manipulator and liar to the people. So I can't make that something different. You can't make that something different. We can't say, oh, we respect Unc as a teacher because of whoop whoop. So we're going to try to make it something different in our mind. No, Unc said that Unc is a rage baiter and a gaslighter. Unc said those things, not me.
All right. Got to move on.
Hold on. And then we go through the presentation and we show that through the presentation, he's gaslighting because his first round contradicts his second round, and both of those rounds contradict the third round.
All right, brother. Win. Hard win. Let's go.
Appreciate it, sir. Salute to the panel.
Peace. Salute, brother.
The issue is because Asar M. Kyle was in the chat talking about gym mules, and as if the problem is they're trying to equate a scientific theory to something that's absolutely correct. And Enqi is not saying that something that is a scientific theory is proven to be 100% correct. Can something be proven to be 100% correct? No. But in context to what a scientific theory is based upon the definition that the scientific community gives a robust theory. And Asar M. Ka, the other guy, brother, I don't want to mess his name up. I don't want to disrespect him either, so I don't want to mention no physical features. I forgot his name. And other people in the chat are getting Enqi wrong, and they are going against Enqi for a personality. This is Darwin Waisher. So if somebody in the chat asked me to show a complete, can you show a complete theory? This is how I know Unc doesn't have a command on the information of this topic, and the people in the chat that he talking to.
Wait. Hard, listen, no, this is what you know is that they have been psychologically manipulated.
I'm about to go into it.
Yeah, which is what Unc says he's doing. He's psychologically manipulating these people.
And you know how you know for a side. This is how you know for a fact that Unc is doing exactly what Enqi is saying. Unc was on a brother by the name of King's Monologue show. Anybody on here know what King's Monologue is? If you don't, go on YouTube and Instagram, check him out. This is a brother that does facial reconstructions of the ancient Kemetian statues, etc. Good brother. Unc was on his show and asked him. He told everybody, wait. And Unc, if you claim I'm lying, I'll go get the video from King's Monologue. Unc was on his show and tried to dismiss this brother's intelligence. Now, Unc does this to the whole chat and in the whole Black African community, if you ask me, because it's insinuating we can't understand the information and these European scientists can.
Gaslighting.
And I disagree. That's gaslighting. I don't care if you have a degree from an accredited university or if you are autodidact like a Ramanujan. If you can prove the information, that's all that should matter in our community. So when you prop up Darwin and these other European scholars and you claim that ancient Kemet, because he switched up his words multiple times. He tried to say Kemet didn't have a scientific method. He tried to talk down on Kemet. Then right after a couple months, he started talking about Kepler and all that. Where did that come from? Unc was on King's Monologue show and asked him, do you, in different words, I'm going to summarize what he said. He said, do you believe in Darwin's theory of evolution, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution? The brother gave a good answer. He said, some things of it I agree with. Unc said, nah, we're going to dismiss that. We're going to dismiss. No, but you can't just agree with some of it. That lets you know right there. One, he gaslighting. Two, he doesn't understand what a complete theory is based upon what the scientific community says, which is what Enqi is correct. And that's why I challenge anybody in the chat. If they want to bet, we can bet. A robust theory is considered complete, not necessarily synonymous with proven correct. And I'm gonna give an example in a minute. But Enqi already laid it out. Is if you have mechanisms, and not just analyzing something and looking at it and giving an opinion. It has to show how and why. The mechanism must show scientifically how and why. Understand? Then it must have predictions. Where's Darwin? So that was the whole topic of the debate. Enqi clearly won. Now, you cannot confuse Charles Darwin's theory of evolution with Enqi just said this too, with modern theory of evolution, or even neo-Darwinism. Neo-Darwinism doesn't agree with Charles Darwin. Just because they got the same name doesn't mean it's the same thing. Again, Enqi just said it. There's nothing about genetics inside of Charles Darwin's theory at all. And if you try to postulate that Jimmy's might be what he's been trying to say, DNA, he didn't have the evidence, incorrect. Because Jim, say that the information can be, the heredity can be transferred all over the place. That's not how the Weissman barrier works. So he lied when he say the Weissman barrier justifies Charles Darwin's theory. It does not. It does not. The Weissman barrier says that it travels from the germ cell, which is what Enqi was talking about, with the egg and the sperm, to the somatic cells, which is other regular cells in the body, and never the other way around. Now, there's a caveat to that. We can talk about not ethnogenesis, but we could talk about epigenetics, but that's not the exact same thing. That's a impact of environmental or even trauma like slavery you going through can cause a methylation on the DNA, and then you can change certain like the KBFP5 gene, and it can make you change that way. But that's not the same thing as traveling from somatic to germ cell.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Let me get one thing, Sa.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The example of a theory that we use today, because Anki said that gravity is a law. Well, according to the theory that the scientific community accepts today is Einstein's general relativity. And according to Einstein's general relativity, gravity is not a force. It's an effect of a large mass warping space-time. So no, it is not a law. If you're trying to say it's a law in the sense of a force, again, he lying. You can get it how you want to get it. And I'll let it go right there.
All right, thank you. Rakufu, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Question or a comment?
Question to Brother Enqi.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Rakufu. Just before you, that was a mic drop. That was crazy right there. That was, I feel like Harwin exercised. Man, he exercised the demon right there. Like he went crazy. My bad, Rakufu. Go ahead, do your thing.
That's good. I'm waiting for you. Okay, so Enqi, I want to ask you, with a spiritual understanding and grasp of the knowledge, as opposed to Anki with a evolutionary random things happen at random understanding of it, how would you describe, in your understanding of a scientific theory, what makes it a scientifical, or what makes something a scientifical theory, a fact, or a scientifical theory becoming a fact? How does that happen?
Okay, so here's the thing. And the best way to fool people is by mixing truth with falsehood. You know, old school, they call that tricknology. So you take some things that's true and you mix them with some things that's false. So in the world of science, it is true that science goes on consensus. Science works on consensus. The only two places that deal with exacts is math and logic. Math and logic deal with exacts, right? Outside of math and logic, you're dealing with consensus. So the process of a fact, you discover a fact. You don't create a fact, right? A fact is something, and we're talking about the universe, it exists already, like the sun being the sun. Like that we can discover things about the sun, but it's not going to change the nature of the sun no matter how much we research it. We'll just be uncovering things for ourselves. So the process of a scientific theory has outlined 6 major portions, and to get a good working, repeatable, understandable concept that you can apply to people's lives and society as a whole, you have to meet all the criteria for each part. And if you don't meet the criteria, you have to go back to the drawing board because it's incomplete. It's either incomplete or you have to admit defeat and say that it's been debunked and just throw it out. So now if you believe in it or you have some evidence that says you should keep going, you go back to the drawing board with your incomplete theory because you are missing some parts, and you work to fill in those parts that are missing. So for instance, when Darwin first presented his theory to all of the scientific community in his era, they all kicked him between the butt cheeks, put BTA, belt to, you know, and they said, don't present nothing like this. You know better. This is not complete. You don't even have a scientific mechanism. You have to explain this. All you did was observe birds with different beaks, and like you just looked at, you just wrote down what you saw. That's not science. You have to come with the mechanism and you have to test it and blah, 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 blah. So he went back to the drawing board after releasing Origin of Species, after releasing the article, because the article comes first. Darwin and Alfred Wallace co-authored The Theory of Evolution by Natural Selection, the article, the scientific article. From there, Darwin took it upon himself to write a book and throw the book out. So when he throws the book out and gets bounced by the scientific community, he goes back to the drawing board to try to complete his theory. And that's when he comes up with the concept of pangenesis. Pangenesis was going to be the mechanism to complete his theory. And when he came with pangenesis, they tested pangenesis. His cousin specifically tested it, and pangenesis got debunked. So again, he had to go back to the drawing board because you're back to no mechanism again. So he died without having a scientific mechanism. When they talk about Darwin's theory, which is really just Darwin's observation that traits change in different environments, when they talk about that being combined with Mendel's work, this is after Darwin was dead. So Darwin had no input on that. It's not like Darwin reached out to Mendel as a counterpart and was like, yo, let's put this together and woo, 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 woo. Darwin had nothing to do with that. Other scientists in the field did that posthumous. That's like the Biggie albums or the Tupac albums that came out after they died. You know what I'm saying? So Darwin died with a broken or incomplete theory.
All right, come on, doctor. You're too long-winded, man. Let me move on over to Apostle. You ready yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, man. Especially about those finches. I done told y'all about those finches, man. You can go in any pet store. Probably not so much anymore because people started wasting their money on paying $25 and the damn things die within a day or two because they have heart attacks, man.
What are you talking about?
The finches.
The finches? What's that?
Little bird.
Little bird.
Oh, okay.
They used to sell them in pet stores along with the parakeets, but the parakeets don't die like the finches do.
Wow.
The finches is a wild bird and they're not supposed to be encaged like that.
Are you bringing that up for what?
Because Unc brought it up in his presentations, trying to use that as a sign for evolution because of the sizes of their beaks. I told you that was mama birds and baby birds. That's all. You know, full-grown finch is going to have a bigger beak than a baby beak finch. That's all. They try. You know, the thing is, I'm inclined to lean towards micro evolution. I'm inclined to believe it. Things that happen in a lifetime. You can see it happening. But macro evolution, something that's happened over thousands and thousands and thousands of years, can't nobody observe that. How you going to observe that?
Hey, Apostle, do you think that Dr. Enqi have an opportunity to take Jabari's belt? Because this is going to be a heavyweight bout right here. Enqi's going for the championship.
If you be fair.
I'm going to be fair. It's always up to the people, bro.
I'm just telling you.
No, it's always up to the people. It's not up to me.
But you can persuade people, Si.
No, listen. When there's the debate, I'm not in there saying nothing but time. That's it. Just like with Unc and Enqi.
What did you say? Who we?
No, I don't do none of that. I don't say none of that. No, I don't, man.
You do that sometimes.
Yo, man. Listen, man. Do you think he has an opportunity? Do you think he have a chance? Do you think he have a chance to strip Jabari of his title.
Yes.
Yep, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Sai, let me say this with that.
No, hold on. Yeah, is it possible?
Yeah, man, sure he do. He has a chance. He has a great chance.
Yeah.
Just like he bumped up upside the head. You know, sure, man. The thing is, when you talk about like Homo erectus, the Neanderthal, the Denisovan, none of these got the same traits. So all of these things, all of these particular species came from other species, as Homo sapiens sapien did. Are you saying the same thing happened? We all got ancestors. Their ancestor that they're close to is different from our ancestor, but we all got common ancestors. And we all develop different. No, man. No. And then the first thing they want to do is go and get these little Neanderthal down in South Africa, the little ones that ain't no more than 5 feet tall, 4 feet tall, and say that those are our ancestors.
Well, Apostle, you know you got you got dogs, monkeys, elephants, lions, cheetahs, you name it. I'm sorry to interrupt. No, stop me. You got all of these animals, brother, that's looking at us like, who the hell is these niggas? Like, what the hell is these niggas doing?
Okay.
You don't know, Apostle. You may not know, Apostle, that we are animals too.
Okay,
Do you know that?
I know. I'm not even discussing that. Only
do
thing
you
I
know that? I'm asking you. Do you agree or do you disagree?
You know, is nothing.
Do you agree or you disagree?
I disagree.
Because we looking at them like, look at these animals, look at these dogs. They looking at us the same damn way. Like, who the hell is these niggas?
I got a pit bull in my house right now.
I know.
I got a Connie Corso in my house right now.
Yeah.
I got a cat in my house right now.
Right.
And a dog has always been a dog.
Right.
A cat has always been a cat.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just say this. I want to get Dazali on the platform. Wait. I just want to invite Dazali up onto the platform. We want to get Dazali up onto the platform. We want to get Asiatic 777. We want to get Mac Rob up on.
No, you know you got Master Khalid up here.
Where's Master Khalid?
He's right. He's been going in the chat.
No. But okay, great.
Can
I got questions? I got questions for him.
Hey,
finish.
Hold on. Enqi, go ahead, brother.
Okay.
Come on, Dazali, don't be afraid. Hit the link. Let's go.
I got very specific
I can't finish.
questions. Go ahead. You can finish up while I pull up this slide.
Okay. All I want to say, there are no new creations. New creations cannot happen 7,000 years ago, then all of a sudden stop having new creations. Everything that exists in this world has always existed in this world.
You know what, Apostle? I asked the same thing today.
Except for those species that have died out, that are no longer living. They are extinct. They don't recreate. They don't come back.
Hey, Apostle, I asked Unc the same thing today, brother. The same thing you just said.
And
I was asking him that question.
And what did he say?
He just laughed. He really didn't answer me.
No new creations.
Yeah.
The scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun.
I asked him, I said, how come? I said, how come the monkey is still a monkey? The ape is still an ape. The chimpanzee is still a chimpanzee. And then I told him, now, Reggie, you know I love you, brother. But I also said this to Dr. Reggie, not to Reggie, but I said it to Unc. I said, yo, Unc, you know Reggie is the one that put that out there, that we come from monkeys, brother. Oh, Reggie is the one that put that out there. I got a presentation up, right, that I did with Reggie, where we did the evolution.
Right.
And Reggie was showing
he was showing Moses 777. You told me he's gonna be here.
So,
Moses,
hold up, Si. You said earlier about Enqi and Jabari, and could Enqi take possible the title from Jabari? I think the backdrop should be Enqi as Terrence Crawford and Jabari as Floyd, because it's possible he can take that title. Go ahead.
Nah, Enqi ain't had enough battles yet to be Terrence Crawford, bro. But
Hey, sir, peace and blessings to everybody. I'm gonna just jump off and give somebody else a chance to come up on the panel, all right, sir? But you
all
guys
right,
be
my
good.
brother. All right, Revelation. But Enqi definitely got a shot at the belt. And I told Jabari, don't be afraid. I mean, not be afraid, but don't sleep on him. All right. All right. I just told you Moses was on the panel, the first panel, but he kept jumping off, so I couldn't bring him in. He would come on, then he'd jump off, then he'd come on like he was in the chat today. He'd come in and he probably see you and running. He's running.
All right, so let's.
Can I get my question, Enqi, real quick? One question, Enqi.
Nah. I want Enqi to go ahead and Enqi, go ahead, King J, go ahead.
Peace. Nobody's brought this up. Enqi. So in Darwin's first Origin of Species, right? He says that a black bear can become a whale.
We did bring it up. No, listen, we brought it up. I brought it up.
I don't even hear the question. I want to hear what he's saying.
Okay, go ahead.
He heard me. Yeah. So in his first edition, Origin of Species, Darwin says that through environmental changes, a black bear can become a whale. Now, this is his model for natural selection, right? But I just wanted to bring that up. Also, his model, his mechanism for gene inheritance is Lamarckian's, right? Lamarckian's use and disuse, right? So that shows the flaw in his hypothesis already. Also, gradualism, right? His gradualism in regards to the age of the Earth, that was found to be flawed as well, right? And replaced by I can never pronounce it, saltatium, right? So it's the modern mutation theory of evolution, right? That's what replaced Darwin's model for gradualism. So it's like Darwin's, most of his mechanisms and theories were wrong. The word correct word would be flawed, right? So that those flaws leave or gaps leave opportunity for refinement in the theory, right?
Or just to make it plain, correction.
Correction. All right, Enqi. Before you go, let me Sub-Zero. Come on, man. If we are animals too, it's okay to eat us too. Go out in the wild and see if the animals will say it's okay to eat you. Go out there and try to talk to a lion or a tiger or any of them animals out there and see if they say it's all right that we can eat you. Yes, go say that to a crocodile. Yes, they will eat you, brother. But you're talking about us eating each other. No, we ain't gonna do that. You don't see lions eating each other. You don't see tigers eating each other. They don't do that. You see? But other animals will eat your ass. See? So you are food to them, just like they are food to us, brother. Grand opening, grand closing, and you talk them up, Apostle. He's right here. Moses, you ain't give me your number. That's why I couldn't call you. I'm telling you now, put the number in my email. Go ahead, brother Enqi.
I did.
Okay.
You did all
So
of
hit the share screen real quick. And so question number one. I have a series of questions for our brave gentleman, Master Khalid. Master Khalid, question number one. Are these pieces of a scientific theory correct or incorrect?
Man, I'm on my phone. I can't see that. That's real small.
Okay, well, I showed it throughout the course of the presentation, and you were saying that it was incorrect in the chat.
What was I saying that was incorrect?
What I was saying, my presentation. So you now.
You want me to tell you the issue I have with you?
I'm asking you very specific questions. We're not freestyling. We're asking very specific questions and answering them.
Ask me a specific question.
Does a scientific theory have specific parts to it, yes or no?
Does a scientific theory have specific parts to it? That's the question.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so what happens? What is it called when a scientific theory does not have all the parts to it?
It's not a theory.
All right. And Master Khalid, you can go back to doing what you was doing. Let's go ahead, Sa. We know what to play. The Adjustment Bureau, we make Negroes adjust.
Hold on, sa.neter. Now let me tell you how.
No, sir. We done. We done, sir. Sir, we're done. Listen, you can have a great afternoon, sir.
Can I talk? Because you know I'm about to get it.
Question, Enqi. Come on, man.
No. He's not getting a good question in. He's not getting a question in. He only came up for answers. That's it.
He don't want me to talk, sa.neter.
That's correct. I don't want you to talk. I don't have a problem with admitting that.
All right, Khalid. You could come up when Uncle's here one day and you can talk.
You gonna let him get away with that, sa.neter?
I mean,
absolutely.
He don't manipulating people right now because he know what I'm about to say. Sa. He know what I'm about to say. He's manipulating.
Okay. Well, you can say it another time.
He's manipulating.
Come on, you can't be running from this.
No. Ain't nobody running, side. This is a wrap.
He don't want to talk. He don't want to talk, Khalid.
Don't negotiate with him. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Listen.
All right, we got another one up here. Dr. Enqi, you called him out. Here he is. Dizali is here.
So now we could do the same thing with Dizali. All right, Dizali.
You gotta let them talk, though, Enqi. You can't be doing that, man.
This is we working. Hit the share screen, Sa.
Enqi cooked that up, man. That was
all
good.
right. So, Dizali, are these the correctly identified parts of a scientific theory?
They appear to be.
All right. So, what happens when you do not have all of them?
Depends.
Okay. Well, give us the depends. Give us all of the different scenarios. What happens when you only have one or two pieces and not the other 3 or 4?
It's incomplete. That's what he's looking for you to say.
Stop. We're letting Dizali answer.
I know what he's looking for me to say, but
I'm looking for Dizali to tell the truth. I want Dizali to tell his truth. Speak your truth, brother.
I think I want to play word games like you. I'm gonna say that it depends upon who's doing it. A lot of different nuance, but they will be searching for it.
He's cowarding down.
Searching for it.
He's taking the route of the coward.
Hold on, Dizali. So you saying it depends on who's doing the research, right?
You can say that. Okay. It depends upon what step they're in. Have they presented it yet? People work on their theory.
Okay, right. So let's assume like they've presented it, and their peers have said that you're missing this part, that part, and the other part. What would that be called? Would that be a valid scientific theory after their peers tell them that they're missing 2, 3, 4 parts of it?
Their peers would then deem them as having more work to do.
So it would not be complete then.
Well, we understand that there's not a complete theory.
Okay. So I'm just asking you a question, sir.
Yeah,
that's not true.
We understand.
Hold on. Don't dispute it. Don't dispute Dizali. We just want to get Dizali to answer the questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, we understand that at least in the field that we're talking about right now, there is not a complete theory.
Okay. And so let me ask you a question, Dizali. Did Unc just find out that there's no such thing as a complete scientific theory, like during the debate or after the debate, or did he know that before the debate?
I have no idea.
Okay. My man just pulled the Woody on Young Thug. I cannot recall. All right, Dizali. Well, at least you was brave enough to come up here and admit the truth, brother.
Yeah, thank you. I'm out. I'll just hit you up. I would like to come up and do a presentation.
Okay.
Because we really need to
glad to see your presentation.
All right. Thank you.
Be one that be glad to see it.
All right. Dr. Enqi, we got another one here.
Asiatic 777.
Nah, we got Cedric here.
No, we don't have Cedric here, Sal. How you try to sneak him up here? Stop that. We don't have Cedric here.
I just want to see.
No, we don't have Cedric up here, Sal. You got to delete Cedric, brother.
All right, Cedric. I'll see you later. Man. You got to come on. Come up.
No, we're not listening to nothing you saying. It's not coming on to the video, brother. It's not coming on to the video. You're not getting ready to talk on my program, man.
All right. All right. So we got him off. Okay, let me go with Moses, man. Moses, what's up with you? Apostle beat you down yesterday, man.
Oh, really? You
wait. Hold on. I'm sorry, Moses. Before you go, there's another guy that's hiding in the chat. He's scared to even come up. His name is Asiatic 777.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna come up. He's
now, wait. I want you to bring his comment up onto the screen. Wait, look, because he's ridiculing me. He think that he's making a joke about me. No, look. Hit the other one. It says Enqi said a molecule is not a cell. Hit that one. Now, first of all, check this out. He don't even know how to spell molecule, right? That's number one. He don't even know how to spell molecule. Number two, he thinks that this is what I'm saying about these people. Like when Reggie goes, Enqi, are you sure humans come from the soil? Like these people don't. This is how far removed from science they are. He thinks that he's debunking me by highlighting that I said a molecule is not a cell, and this is something that I should be running away from. Like Enqi don't want to talk about this because Enqi know I have proof that he said a molecule is not a cell. Let me repeat it for you again. A molecule is not a cell, sir. There are zillions of molecules in a cell, but a molecule is not a cell, and you don't spell molecule molo, okay? So this is why I'm saying, this is why these gentlemen will talk crazy in the chat, but they don't want to come up onto the stage. Even Dazali's whole energy was very tranquil. Dazali's energy was very tranquil because when you put them in front of information, they have two choices: lie or admit defeat. So both of Unk's supporters from the chat, okay, are these the correctly identified parts of a scientific theory? I can't see it. And then here goes Dazali. It appears like it. It appears so. Anything but to just say yes and be forthcoming. Well, what happens if you don't have all these parts? Then you got to keep working on it. Oh, because see, something that I have to continue working on means it's not finished. And we call that incomplete. You know, that's just what we call it to save the words. We just say it's incomplete. You got to keep working on it. So when people are presented with the information, they don't have the ability to run. But they can call me a scammer and say I did something with the water and polite and this and that and the other. Anything but the actual information. And you see, when I asked Dazali, I said, well, did Unc just find out during the debate or after the debate that there's no such thing as a complete theory? Oh, I don't know about it. He pulled the Woody on us. I do not recall. I do not recall. So he got up on the stand and forgot his testimony, right? He got up on the stand and forgot his testimony conveniently because guess what? Unc knew in advance he was getting ready to pull this cop out. Unc played this whole mind game with the people, which is the reason why he's been telling people he's a rage baiter and a gaslighter. So is his little cronies. Anyway.
Well, you see what Unc is saying right now is right on the screen. He's saying he's going to get you.
Unc is going to continue. Listen, Unc is going to continue this into infinity. But I am not going to continue to go back and forth with Unc because at this point, it is evidently clear that Unc took a L and he's bitter. Okay. It's also clear, listen, it's also clear that Unc is intentionally misleading the audience because he called himself a rage baiter and a gaslighter. I don't see how we could get away from that. Like he called himself those names. That is his chosen titles, which means he knows what he's doing. So we also have brought up Dazali, who has confirmed that is an incomplete theory. We have also bring up his other homeboy, who has confirmed it is an incomplete theory. So I don't think there's anything left for me to prove or disprove in terms of the conversation.
All right. Suntan want to ask a question or make a statement. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, brother Enqi, let's clear this up right here. Is pangenesis a part of Darwin's theory?
It was, absolutely.
Okay. Now I looked it up myself.
And then it got debunked. No, listen. It got
just
debunked.
hear me out.
Hey, go ahead.
I looked it up because that was a part that that was the chatter of was all about. When I looked it up, I can look it up now. It says no, pangenesis was not a part of Darwin's evolutionary theory. And I'll say this right here because the way, because I see a lot of misconceptions in these arguments, right?
Yeah.
What Unc is trying to say is Darwin set the platform for it, not whether it's complete or not. And I'm not taking no sides because I already told you how I feel that everything went, but I'm making it being clear because I'm not, real polished on this subject. However, I'm a free thinker and I can pick up, that's what with any.
Okay, well, let me help you. Let me help you. Listen. Let me help you. Listen.
I mean, I just want to get. Let me get this across. Then you go in because, like I said,
I got you.
Yeah, it just I'm done with it. All I'm saying is this here. What my conjecture is about what the book says that and it's gonna sound crazy to the skeptics, but what the book says about Darwin's
Daniel, hold up, Suntan. Daniel Haru, get your ticket, man. This Saturday you're gonna be able to see the debate. Get your ticket, brother. The link is right there. It's in the chat. Go ahead, Suntan. Finish.
Okay, yeah. Well, this the end of it. When the book says that Darwin is the not the father, but he set the groundwork for the evolution, right? So that my conjecture, I got a conjecture with that, is because the Europeans have written all these books. They got the book press and all of this. I'm not getting off into no thing about the white man, but what I'm saying is when you got power to present the information, you can present it how you want to. So I'm saying this because we come from a how you want to say it, prejudice. The world we come from is controlled by the colonists, colonists, man, the colonizers, right? So they could wrote those books and they said that Charles Darwin is the father of what I'm looking for, man. I'm
father of evolution.
Right. So my whole thing is this. I don't want to misrepresent you or Unc, but I'll go back after any debate and I go read up on it. They said Enqi. They said pangenesis wasn't a part of Darwin's theory.
Okay, well let me respond to you and clear some stuff up. Let's you know the
I
saying.
just wanted to put that out there.
Hit the share screen, son. This is why we have these right here. See, these right here are Unc slides. Right? And you see what this says right here on Unc's slide, right, Suntan?
Yeah, it says Darwin proposed pangenesis and blending inheritance.
Boom. So Unc is not even disputing whether or not pangenesis was one of Darwin's theories. Unc is not even disputing that. So what happened is when Darwin first presented his theory, the people said, you don't have a complete theory. You need a mechanism. See, that's why I went through this here to show all of the different parts of a valid theory, right? And so Darwin had made the observation. Darwin had observed the patterns, but Darwin did not have a scientific mechanism. So like Dazali said, when you don't have all of the parts, you go back and keep working on it. So Darwin went back to continue to work on it. And what he proposed for a mechanism was pangenesis. The problem is pangenesis was shortly thereafter debunked. So they immediately separated pangenesis apart from the working parts that Darwin had. He didn't have a complete theory, but he did have a working causal pattern.
Hey, let me stop you real quick. Now, see, this is what I don't like about this information, y'all. Everybody who listening. Now I just put it up again because I read it a few days ago and it said no. Now I'm reading and it says yes. Pangenesis was a component of Darwin's work, but it was a separate hypothetical mechanism were hereby that it was invented to support his main theory of evolution by natural selection.
Exactly what I told you.
At one point, let me finish, Enqi, you go in. At one point, where are we going to come when we got that? Because I mentioned it the other day when I was into it with Unc about, books. Books is great. We know we all learn out of books, but you can't read every damn thing. You can't believe everything you read out of a book, man.
That's
so
right.
I leave it right there, man. Because this just surprised me. Now that it say yes, pangenesis was a component of Darwin's work. So I'm there. Go ahead, go with your go. Oh yeah, Enqi, be careful with Jabari.
Okay, now hold on, Suntan. Let me finish the other part.
Okay.
Because the other part is that Darwin is laid the foundation, right?
Right.
So here's the problem with that, right? This is another part to my first round, what I was laying out. So first things first, Sai, you got to fix the screen, brother. What am I doing at the small portion, and I'm the person on the video? What Sai, you going crazy, Sai? Where is Sai? What Sai? Somebody get Sai. What is Sai doing? Sai, there we go. That's better. All right. So the whole concept about this, and this was the part in my first round what I was showing, right?
Okay.
Because I had already, and I got actually video clips of me going on to Unc's page and teaching him and his crew over there, the community of skeptics, about Lamarck and Darwin's grandfather, Erasmus, right? And then his predecessor, which was Buffon. So Buffon would actually be the person who laid the groundwork in terms of what we have from established academia. It wouldn't be Darwin. You go Buffon, then you go Erasmus, but they don't like to credit Darwin's grandfather, Erasmus, which is where Darwin got all his material from, because Darwin says it in his letters that the majority of what he was doing, he got from his grandpops. No, not Lamarck. Erasmus, Erasmus Darwin. Erasmus Darwin is Darwin's grandfather. He comes before Lamarck. Lamarck also studied Darwin's grandfather.
Okay.
So you got Buffon. Matter of fact, let me hit the other share screen so I could just pull up some of these names real quick and we can see some things.
And Enqi, while you pull it up.
Yeah.
Darwin's natural selection, it still doesn't tell how life comes from non-life.
No, that's listen, leave that alone for now. That's a whole nother can of worms they don't have an answer for.
Yeah, that still doesn't explain anything. Like, so it's like, what?
So I hit the share screen.
Right? What did he get right?
Well, he got the pattern right. All right, so we have we have what's the first one? So right above Darwin, we go Lamarckian evolution. Right? So this precedes Darwin. So even when Ung tries to say that Darwin laid the foundation, that is also gaslighting, right? So we go Lamarckian. This is before Charles Darwin, right? This is before Darwin. And then before Lamarckian, we can go Erasmus Darwin, right? Now, this is Darwin's grandfather right here. So Darwin's grandfather comes before Lamarckian's ideas.
Okay.
Right? Now, we can go back further. And now, mind you, I have the video of me on Unc's channel teaching this to the community of skeptics. Then before we go to Erasmus, we go Comte de Buffon. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Now this right here is where you would get the foundation.
Okay.
Right? So you have Comte de Buffon, then you got Darwin's grandpops, then you got Lamarckian, then you got Darwin, and then Darwin can't even take the whole credit because you got Darwin and Wallace. Right? You got Darwin and Wallace. Darwin didn't put that out by himself. So even if we was to eliminate Lamarckian and Darwin's grandpops and Comte de Buffon, Darwin did not write the theory of evolution by natural selection by himself. He had a co-author. They put that out together. But the reason why nobody likes to mention Alfred Wallace is because, like I showed in my presentation, Alfred Wallace later on went on to debunk Darwin and say that Darwin was moving too fast with the information. He didn't do the research properly, and he should have never packaged it the way he packaged it. So no, even when you talk about Brother Suntan, no, even when Unc tries to package Darwin as the originator, he's incorrect. So that's why I'm saying on every single level that Unc is talking to people, he's incorrect. There is no correct angle for him to turn. Every direction he turns is a debunk. When he says Darwin's the foundation, that's incorrect. Because we can go Lamarckian, we can go his grandpops, which in Darwin's own letters, he said he got his information from his grandpops. Then we can go before him, Comte de Buffon put the framework together.
All right. And come on.
Hold on. Then we can go before all of that, all the way back to Kemet, where they had accurately described developmental homology, where they accurately described the sperm cell, where they accurately described fertility, and all of those things already, where they also had the convex lens, i.e. the foundation of our modern microscopes. So in no sense, the white world, the black world, Kemetic history, modern science, in no form of field is that correct, in no kind of way.
All right. Moses, real quick, where you at?
I'm right here, man. What's up? I guess I put my camera on too. What's up? I don't hear you, man. I don't hear
you. Still did not send me the number.
Yo, I even put my phone number in the chat. So at this point, you just playing.
Why would you put it in the chat? I didn't see it.
I did put it. I've been putting it in.
Well, you ain't tell me that. I don't know. I'm looking in my email.
I emailed you. I emailed you yesterday.
All right, do it now. Because if you wanna, I gotta be able to contact you to let you know we live. And Apostle, what time your game come on tomorrow?
It's tomorrow night.
Okay, good.
I don't know if it's at 4 or if it's at 8, but it's in the afternoon.
Okay, so I want to try to get y'all two brothers together before that. Like, is 3 o'clock good for y'all?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I'm still gonna be looking at football, man. Regardless, I mean, all the games are my game, you know.
Here we go again. We're gonna email you why you on this damn phone on the system and shit.
So what's up, man? What time is good for you tomorrow? Then?
Wait a minute. Hold on, Si. Look, one of Unc's supporters is debunking Unc right now. Hold on, you got to get this and put this on the screen. One of Unc's supporters is debunking Unc. Slide up on the chat, and there's a guy named Keon White. Please highlight that. Keon White. Slide up on the chat and put that on the screen. It says his whole first chapter is him giving props to others who were helping him and or who had a discovery in the same field. Let's put that up on the screen real quick.
Hey, I'm gonna check real quick and see who's playing at 1 o'clock. If it's Dallas or Philly, I'm gonna want to see that. So I'm gonna check real quick and see who's playing at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy it and repaste it so you can put this up. If you can't find his original, copy and repaste mine. I mean, I highlight mine and put it on the screen. Where you at, Sal? What you doing? Forget that game. Focus on the video, brother. Come on, put this thing on the screen. I just highlighted it and reposted it, so it's right there under my name. Sal, you slipping, brother. Come on.
This ain't working. Let me get my wife's account.
Sal.
Share your screen, brother. Share your screen.
No, not highlight. I'm telling you to highlight a comment from the comment section.
Oh, do it. All right, let me see.
Look at my name and there you go. Boom. So Keon Willis Whites, one of Unc supporters, just wrote, and he think he debunking me by putting this.
That's Unc supporter right there.
Well, I think it is Unc supporter.
Keon is not Unc supporter.
Listen.
Say what, baby?
Well,
Unc
listen.
is a God killer. Keon is a Christian.
Okay, well then obviously Keon is the bunk. Either way, maybe I mistakenly called Keon an Unc supporter. Let me if that's
Unc kills Keon God.
Okay, well, Unc doesn't kill anything because Keon is killing Unc right now. Keon is killing Unc right now. Keon is saying that in Darwin's book, in the first chapter, he gives props to who the other people are that helped him and had discoveries in the same field. So now we have to ask ourselves another question again. Did Unc not read any of Darwin's actual material, or did Unc read the material and has been gaslighting everybody, lying, saying Darwin is the father of it all by himself? We have to ask these questions. If it's in the book, if Darwin says he's not the father of it, why would Unc say he's the father of it?
All right.
sa.neter, I said, man, check it while you got us on.
Okay.
You got
All
me.
right. So yeah, I'm waiting on the Pasu, man. Pasu just beat your head up yesterday, and now he don't want to face you head on, face to face.
I feel like that's kind of cool, man. You ain't reach me, but you let him make me look like a no-show.
Brother, you never left your number in my email.
Hey,
so wait a minute. Hold on. Apostle and Moses was supposed to shoot the fair one, and Moses ain't show up.
Moses didn't show up.
Oh, if I ain't gonna lie, Moses, if I was Apostle, I wouldn't talk to you right now either. He got the listen, you was a no-show. He got the W, man. Listen, you was a no-show. He got the W. He don't want to give you a rematch.
Enqi, man, you about ready to make me embarrass sa.neter. Hey, you do know that when you send people emails, it do show on your list, right? It's going to show that I sent him an email when the show closed out. I sent it right when the show closed out when he asked us to, and I can show that right now, but I don't want to because I ain't trying to embarrass the big brother like that.
He won't be embarrassed, man. Size the real one.
Y'all want to see that I sent it to him?
Yeah. Sound like that kind of shit.
Okay. All right. Since y'all think I ran from Apostle,
Because we'll think you lying if you didn't send it.
Right. Okay, hold on.
New York is playing at 1 o'clock. Now, nobody's playing at 4 o'clock. So we can set it for 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay. Eastern time.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern time.
I missed out what's going to happen at 4 o'clock.
They're gonna have a debate. Not debate. They'll have a question and answer.
No, it's a debate. It's a debate.
Oh, it's a debate.
Hey, look at October 30th and look for your subject. The subject say biblical debate with Apostle. I sent that October 30th.
Right, but is there a number in there, brother?
Right there. Hold on a second. Let me double check.
Yeah. See? Watch. Share your screen. Show it.
Yeah, hey, Sun10.
Hold up, man. Share your screen, Moses, and show it.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on a second, but you ain't off the hook yet. Because on the 30th, on the 31st, I sent you another one. That does
show me the one you said you sent yesterday. Show it.
Okay, well, put me on the screen.
Okay.
Put me on the screen. All right, so this one right here. Damn, it's all.
Can't nobody see that, man.
Come up close. Bring it up close.
Hold on, so I did it. It whited out, man. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Hey, son, let me say this.
Wait. Hey, Sun10. I was just saying.
Yes, sir.
I know what to do. I had to turn.
Vikings tomorrow.
You said what now?
We're gonna whoop them Vikings tomorrow at 10.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That's right. The Vice Queens, not Kings.
You see that sa.neter? You see that phone number right there with your icon on the 30th October.
No doubt, Rakufu.
October 30th.
I don't know. I don't see it. It don't matter.
Show your number, bro. We don't take your
It's
number off the line, bro.
right
Cover
here.
that.
I see it. I see it. I see it.
So that it was the 30th. The email on the
Yeah. Si, I'm not going to re-debate this guy. I've already debated. He didn't show up. I showed my information.
Nah, you ain't running that easy. It was a misunderstanding. That's all it is.
I showed up. I don't have to. I'm gonna show up again, but I'm not gonna re-debate what I've already debated.
Well, he's just gonna bust your head open. That's all. And you
Beat
sit.
him up. Go ahead, beat him up, Apostle.
His
He's
whatever.
just gonna bust your head to the right meat. Simple as that.
If he wants to deny my information, he can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
let me
can play my information.
Yeah.
If he wants to deny it and show and prove,
Mhm.
I'm not going to re-debate the guy.
It is impossible for you to be quiet while Moses is up here going in on that. And I don't believe you, and nobody else will believe you. You will be here and you will try to dispute him because that's who you are.
And I will.
That's who you are. You can't be quiet. You got to debate him. See? So you can talk all that bunko shit all you want.
I already debated him.
So
he already got my information.
sa.neter, I'm gonna show at least that first slide.
I don't have his information.
Show my first
My
slide.
information is out there.
All right, so
if you want to debate my information, he can do that.
Hey, Moses, I think you should wait till tomorrow. Don't do it now. Don't show him now.
Oh, no, I was just gonna show this part. I was just gonna ask him.
Okay.
I was just gonna pose the question: how can you say that you are studying to show yourself approved unto God that needeth not be ashamed? How can you say that you are doing that and you are not studying the language of these biblical people? Your understanding of God is not in alignment with those people in Canaan's understanding of God is. You're showing us a text from the Greeks that went into Canaan and was studying under the Kemetic people, and then they made their own little language after they left. That's what you showing us.
God damn, hey, Moses, right there, you just killed this whole presentation right there with that one slide. God damn, Moses, let me drop this bomb right quick. Yo, man, you went in just now.
Man, you got that
It's all right, Apostle. Stop crying.
It's fine, nigga.
I'm only messing with you, Apostle.
My information was not Greek.
Hey, Apostle, I'm only messing with you, brother. Come on, man. That's a joke.
No, you supposed to pick that up right off the top,
Hey,
man.
yo, sa.neter, ask the Apostle.
And that's the kind of bullshit you do.
Ask the Apostle.
Calm down, Apostle. I just said it was a joke, brother. Calm down.
I'm not calming down.
Little puppy, calm down, little puppy.
Don't nobody know you joking. When you say that,
I just told everybody. Anyway, y'all, peace and black power.
Sorry, wait. I gotta close out.
Oh, close out then, Dr. Enqi. We out.
Hit the share button so I can close out.
All right, close us out.
All right, hit
It's
the share
not
button.
sharing, Enqi. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, you know it would stop.
No, I gotta remove Moses. Go ahead.
All right, we got about 10 minutes. We got to do this work now. Come on now.
Nah, come on, man. I gotta
he
get
changes
out.
his mind too much. Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper, that he changes his mind too much.
And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong.
In the 1800s, Francis Galton and other scientists performed experiments on the pangenesis theory and found it to be incorrect.
Enqi is absolutely right about that statement right there. And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong. I'm going to say it again. He's absolutely right. Charles Darwin's blood, second cousin, Galton, him and some other scientists actually tried to apply the scientific method, and they debunked the scientific hypothesis with pangenesis. They did that.
Damn, stop it right there. Pause it right there. Pause it right there.
Damn.
That's the same thing that made Malik Zulu Shabazz lose to Captain Tazariak is when at the end, Malik Zulu was winning the debate, and then at the end, he started agreeing with Tazariak. Me and Dr. Reggie looked at each other like, yo, this nigga couldn't have said that. And that's what Punk just did. He just agreed that Enqi was right, that he did.
And by the way, he explained it all wrong. In the 1800s, Francis Galton and other scientists performed experiments on the pangenesis theory and found it to be incorrect. Enqi is absolutely right about that statement right there. And by the way, he explained it all wrong. I'm going to say it again. He's absolutely right. Charles Darwin's blood, second cousin, Galton, him and some other scientists actually tried to apply the scientific method, and they debunked the scientific hypothesis with pangenesis. They did that. You got nothing correct.
Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper, that he changes his mind too much.
You got nothing correct. I'm going to say this again. Enqi is right about pangenesis, right? Being disqualified by not having actual proof of it. You got nothing correct. Enqi does a great job in explaining that. You got nothing correct. And you explained this eloquently. You got nothing correct. Attempted to explain inheritance and variation, and you explained this eloquently. Enqi, now you straight outright lying. You got nothing correct, and you never bought that source. You got nothing correct. I appreciate you bringing up horizontal gene transfer years ago, right? I appreciate you bringing up pangenesis, right, and educating us on that. I actually appreciate that. You got nothing correct. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
His scientific conclusion, the wrong explanation on how things was inherited does not debunk Charles Darwin's theory of evolution and actually strengthens it.
The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you.
All right, Dr. Enqi, we out.
Hold on, Sal. We got to do this. We got to work. Just relax. We almost done.
I'm somewhere red hot.
Look,
and then you
primary problem number one. Unc does not know who the father of evolution is. He and his students believe Darwin to be the father or sole inventor of evolution.
And then you try to separate Charles Darwin from evolution. I told you he's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. His theory is the quote unquote foundation of evolutionary biology, which unifies everything in nature. So I'm just trying to tell how is a man's theory not a theory that actually unifies biology? It's crazy.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you.
Hold on, Sal. Hold on,
this
Sal.
book is blowing up. Charles Darwin.
You are not.
Sorry,
It's gonna be on fire tomorrow.
Listen, you gotta let this work happen.
Genius.
Work in
sa.neter.
I'm gonna put an
Is
APB
this
out
your
on
king? Jabari confirms he has no clue what pangenesis is, so he has no clue what Charles Darwin's theory was or evolution in general. Watch.
Pangenesis
is
the
scientific portion
of
Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Jabari already confirmed it.
No, he didn't.
Confirm
No,
that.
he did not. He did not say that. Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
Jabari didn't say that.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king. What?
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Because Anki is more than equipped.
We live in strange times.
Hold up.
I am to deal with it.
I never learned that Wallace published the theory of evolution with Darwin, because that's not true.
Because Anki is more than equipped than I am to deal with it.
I never heard of none of these things. You're making it up, bro. And you know it. Come on, reading it. We're reading it together. No, we didn't read that.
85% of what I and Anki actually say is exactly the same.
I never heard of none of these things.
85% of what I and Anki actually say is exactly the same. I respect Anki's scholarship. That's why I would sit with him. So I already knew, one of the only reasons why I even came in, by the way, is because Anki couldn't. Because Anki is more than equipped than I am to deal with it.
I never learned that Wallace published the theory of evolution with Darwin.
Because Anki is more than equipped than I am.
Can you explain to me what pangenesis is?
Because Anki is more than equipped than I am.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king. Can you explain to me what pangenesis is, Enqi? Please, sir. Because I have no idea what you're talking about. Please explain that.
More than equipped than I am to deal with it.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about. Please explain that. And then I could answer your question, because I don't know what you're talking about. At all. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Where the videos at? Hold up, Si. Where the laughing emojis in the videos at?
Hey, bro, just explain it. You don't have to. Just explain. I'm forthcoming. If I don't know and understand something, I'm simply going to say it. So explain to us what that is. What sources can we use to understand what you're talking about? Pangenesis. Explain that, please, sir.
So Enqi is more qualified than Jabari on this subject. And Enqi doesn't know about Alfred Wallace or pangenesis, which means Enqi is unqualified and Jabari knows even less than that.
Because Enqi is more than equipped than I am to deal with it.
I appreciate you bringing up horizontal gene transfer years ago, right? I appreciate you bringing up pangenesis, right? And educating us on that. I actually appreciate that.
Because Enqi is more than equipped than I am to deal with it.
Disclaimer. Bro Enqi did call me out for not being able to read. The following. Yeah. Roll the tape.
He can't comprehend what he reads.
Go ahead, because your name is in the title. Go ahead,
So Ned, I need you to check your email.
Okay.
Pull something up. Because this is what Enqi does not understand. He does what they all do. Okay? We're just going to get this straight. Let's get this real straight here.
Man, I would love to keep this going, but I got to go get my babies.
Yeah, I know. Running. I know. Go get your babies.
I'm a father of five, and I take care of mine.
So I to pull up your email real quick. He got 2 seconds.
All right.
Ask that man, did the scientists know everything? No, they don't know everything.
The only thing with this is I don't know how to blow it up, so.
You don't got to blow it up. So can you read that to the people? First of all, we're going to ask Enqi. Enqi, do you know what a scientific theory is now? It's my turn to ask the question. It's my turn now. Do you know what a scientific theory is, Enqi? You can look it up. I want you to. I ain't trying to get an aha moment.
No. I'm just like not answering, so you can go ahead and finish.
No. What is that? See, so this man didn't ask 1,000 questions. Now you ask him 2 questions.
You on the clock, brother? Just come on with your paper.
No, I want to know what is a scientific theory, bro. You can look it up. Go to Wikipedia.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, or sa.neter, read it and see if he agrees with it.
You gotta send it again. Send it again.
I cannot send it again. It's gonna knock me off the stream, y'all, bro.
Okay, hold on.
Nothing came through yet.
Wait, hold on. Oh, why can't you read it?
Now,
Wait,
because I can't read, nigga. That's why. Now,
Oh, okay.
I can't read. So I can't read. So let's get that out the way. I cannot read. So that's why sa.neter is going to read.
Hypothesis. We're talking about scientific hypothesis, just like we were talking about scientific facts. A tentative statement about the natural world leading to deductions that can be tested. If the deductions are verified, the hypothesis is provisionally corroborated. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy.
What? Salk is more than equipped than I am to deal with this. Salk is more than equipped than I am to deal with this.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king. What?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
This is that work, man.
Of pangenesis. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, hold on.
I'd love for you to show us a source. It'd be great if it could be in Darwin. Wait a minute. Wait. It would be great if it could be in Darwin's own writing. By the way, I assume that you also know that. I'd love for you to show us a source. It'd be great if it could be in Darwin. Wait a minute. Wait. It would be great if it could be in Darwin's own writing. By the way, I assume that you also know that. I'd love for you to show us a source. It'd be great if it could be in Darwin. Wait a minute. Wait. It would be great if it could be in Darwin's own writing. By the way, I assume that you also know that. I'd love for you to show us a source. It'd be great if it could be in Darwin. Wait a minute. Wait. It would be great if it could be in Darwin's own writing. If it could be in Darwin's own writing. Darwin's own writing.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Jumping out of your lane, though. I'm gonna keep it.
Hold on.
Enqi. I think you are jumping out of your lane, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Your lane is health. Your lane is health, brother. You're going into his lane. You know, all of us have lanes that we go by, and Unk's specialty is evolution.
I'm not an expert on evolution. That's just something that sa.neter says, bro. I'm a layman like everybody else.
Because Salk is more than equipped than I am to deal with it.
I'm not an expert on evolution. That's just something that sa.neter says, bro. I'm a layman like everybody else. And misunderstanding of the scientific fact, and misunderstanding of a scientific theory, and misunderstanding of a scientific law, and misunderstanding of the scientific fact, and misunderstanding of a scientific theory, and misunderstanding of a scientific law, and misunderstanding of the scientific fact, and misunderstanding of a scientific theory, and misunderstanding of a scientific law, and misunderstanding of the scientific fact, and misunderstanding of a scientific theory, and misunderstanding of a scientific law.
Because Salk is more than equipped than I am to deal with this.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now.
This gonna be a cold debate.
Woo! All right, man.
Hey, you ever seen him?
Yo, Enqi is a bad man. Enqi bad with this shit. He nice when it comes to editing this shit up.
What?
Jabari better be ready. I told him.
I told him.
Okay.
I see
All right,
Clarence.
y'all. So, peace. I'm out of here, man.
Hey, you
Peace.
gonna call me tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
What time you calling, man? Because my phone ain't gonna get through if I don't. I got an AI assistant that won't let phone calls come through if I don't have you in my contacts. So I need to be looking out for your phone call.
4
o'clock?
10 minutes to 4 Eastern time.
3:50. I got you.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Take care of yourself, man. Peace.
Peace, man.
Elder suntan spit fire, ignite.
night to scroll. From pyramids to pavement, they feel the soul. Elder apostles dropping jewels, rare and colossal. The HOK, we get hostile over gospel. Religion in your ears, science in your nostril. House of consciousness, ain't no room for the docile. Toughest debate forum, earth can't deny. Iron sharpens iron till the sparks start to fly. Sa.neter said so. Get your skin thick or your career colder. Sa.neter said source up. Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough. Michael Guillotine sliced the lies from the clean crowd, electrified, charged like a light machine. Hieroglyphs in my veins, ancestors in my spleen. Building blocks of truth, DNA of a king. The HOK ain't for the timid or the frail. Weigh your knowledge on the scale or get derailed. Sharpen swords in the foreign minds prevail, or drown in the current when the truth sets sail. Sa.neter said source up. Get your skin thick or your career folder. Sa.neter said source up. Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough. Sa.neter said source up. Get your skin thick or your career folder. Sa.neter said source up. Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough. Iron tongue, every word a blade. Cut through illusions, truth displayed. No retreat, no surrender, we crusade. House of consciousness, we're